Okay, so we're live. Hi guys, welcome to the Let's Get Inspired live vlog. This is episode 32. My name's Brad. This is the Inspirational Ambivert channel. Obviously, this is a live vlog. What are we talking about today? We are talking about the red flags in abusive relationships. It's quite a heavy topic, but I think it's an important one, which I'm going to cover to the best of my ability. So it's going to be, so just to rephrase, it's going to be, we're talking about the red flags in an abusive relationship, and I'm going to explain them from my own perspective as best as I can. So we potentially, what we're doing today is we're diving into a very sensitive but important topic: red flags in an abusive relationship and why they matter. That's what we're going to be talking to. I do have notes, just to be open and honest, which I'll refer to as a guide with regards to the structure of the video. However, a lot of what I am speaking is like in a freestyling manner, let's say. We've got everything connected. That's good. Just making sure everything's connected. That's great. But just as a disclaimer, which I'll say several times throughout this video, I am not I don't have a psychology degree. I am not a medical professional. I'm not a psychotherapist. I'm not one of those professionals whatsoever. I'm just giving my own perspective. I do have experience, life experiences. I've read quite a few books. I've got my own perspectives. I'm bringing awareness to this situation. However, I don't know everything. And I'm just being open and honest. That's it. That's my just to share that with you. But it's just like more of a sharing kind of thing, more of a discussion type of thing. Obviously, anyone that comments will be included in that as well. So that's what I'm going to be talking about: these red flags in relationships, and going just breaking them down, and then discussing why these things happen. You know what I mean? So anyway, so let's keep going. One moment. So before we dive in, when you hear the phrase "red flag in a relationship," what's the first things that comes to mind? So I'm just going to put that on the chat to begin with as a question. Let me just type this in. One moment, guys. Sorry, and then I'll crack on with what the topic's about. I think these things are important to talk about because toxic relationships can ruin people's lives. They can be very challenging. A lot of people go through these types of issues. It's good to talk about things like this and share awarenesses, share experiences from myself and from you guys as well, of course. And just to say again, I am not a medical professional. I am not a psychology professional, anything like that at all. Just to be open and honest, but I'm sharing my perspectives, sharing my experiences with open and honest discussions. That's what we're going with. Anyway, one moment, sorry. So let me just type this in. So just referring to my notes a moment, sorry, just as a guide for me. What does a red flag in a relationship mean to you? Is the question. Obviously, as I go along, I'll be responding to all the comments the best I can, whilst continuing with this structure of the vlog I've done. It's quite a deep one today. I've got quite a lot of notes for this one. I'm doing my best with it. Like, what does a red flag mean in a relationship? Sorry, what does a red flag in a relationship mean to you is a question. Hi, good morning, Dawn. Good to have you with us. How are you? Good to have you with us, Dawn. Hope you're all right. How's your Sunday going so far? So what does a red flag in a relationship mean to you? Sorry if I'm a little bit out of sorts today. I'm a little bit ill, a tiny little bit ill. A little bit of a cold going on. Sorry if I'm a little bit, I'll do my best, basically. Not really, but nothing major. Okay, so Dawn, thank you for commenting. Let's see what Dawn has to say. Dawn's saying, I ignored red flags with my ex. Yes, I've done it myself. The first time I was at the house, he spilled my wine and blamed me. So he spilt your wine. He physically spilt your wine and he blamed you. Then when I tried to leave, he trapped me in the bathroom screaming. Wow, that sounds mental, Dawn. Absolutely crazy. God, I bet that was... What did you do after that situation, if you don't mind me asking? So he spilled your wine and he blamed you. Yeah, that's a big red flag, isn't it? Absolutely. Massive red flag. We ignore these things, though, don't we, when we're in those relationships sometimes, because maybe there's other good things coming in from them, basically. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to gather my thoughts a moment. I apologise. Dawn's then saying he jumped on the couch and knocked a cushion off, and the cushion knocked off. Oh, so he's jumped on the couch, messing around, whatever you do, and then he's knocked the cushion off, and the cushion knocked the glass over. Like a normal individual, let's say a healthy individual, go, oh shit, I'm really sorry. What a dick. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have jumped on the couch. I'm really sorry I spilt the wine, because it's not a big deal if you spill. Obviously, spilling wine on a carpet, if it's a cream carpet, obviously it's not nice, is it? It's going to stain the carpet, but it's not a big deal, in my opinion, just a thing. But a normal, healthy person would go, oh shit, what a dick. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm really, really sorry. Let's clean it up. I'll be more careful next time. I'm really sorry. Would be a healthy response, wouldn't it? But then obviously with a toxic person, they're never fucking wrong. They're never wrong. It's not their fault. It's never their fault. And they'll blame you for it because it's easier to blame you. They just don't want to take any accountability whatsoever. Don's saying he managed to calm me down and I stayed stupidly. Yeah, it's like that hot and cold kind of thing, Dawn. It's all to keep you controlled, basically, Dawn, isn't it? They want to keep. They don't want you at a number 10. Imagine 0 is really calm, 10 you're raging. So if you're at 0, they can't really control you. Let's say an emotional scale. If you're at 10, you're red mist. If you're red mist, you're not. People can't control you when you're a red mist. They don't want you at a 10. They want you at like a 5, a 6, or a 7 on the emotional scale, if you know what I mean. And they can control you more. So they'll calm, if you're raging a bit, they'll calm you down a bit. They'll be nice to you for a bit. They'll just want you at like a 6 so they can control you then. So you're a little bit anxious, you're a little bit on edge, but you're not completely raging type of thinking. Jekyll and Hyde. Absolutely, Dawn. Hi, Jack. Sorry, just going back to Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Good of you to join us. Do you know Mike Oxlong? No, Jackie, I don't. Please elaborate if you can. I don't know who that is, Jackie, sorry. My name is Brad, by the way. And just a quick one, because quite a few people have just joined me. I am not a medical professional. I don't have a psychology degree or any of those things. So I'm just being open and honest. This is just an open and honest discussion, sharing awareness of experiences with regards to toxic relationships. I do have experiences myself. I have read quite a few books on this topic. I'm very interested in this topic, and I think it's an important topic. However, please, I'm just being honest and open and honest, and a disclaimer as well. I am not a medical or a psychological professional, let's say. So let's carry on with the comments. I'll respond to the comments the best I can as I go along. School Gamer 551. I'm autistic and in my 20s. I've never experienced romantic love. Oh, good of you to join us, School Gamer. I'm sorry that you haven't. Maybe one day you will. What was I going to say then? It's romantic love can be absolutely amazing, but it can also be very, very challenging as well, School Gamer, by the way. It can be very, very challenging, which we'll discuss in this live vlog, hopefully. It can be a great thing. If you're the right person who genuinely loves you, you're on a winner. You're onto a winner. Unfortunately, though, not everybody who you think, and not everybody's so nice. So you can get into a romantic relationship and it can be very toxic as well. Sometimes it's better to be on your own if that situation arises. But I hope, Skull Gamer, I hope that you find romantic love at some point of your life, if that's what you want. I hope that you do. And I hope that it's a healthy relationship as well. I think everyone deserves to be loved. Everyone deserves to be loved, but not in a healthy way, not in a toxic way. Anyway, Sander, my ex controlled how I behave. Hi, Sander, by the way. Good for you to join us, sorry. Your ex controlled how you behave. I wasn't allowed to swear. And he was a man-child. That's a lot of... That's in line with what I'm talking about a lot of the time. It's women as well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not giving... It's not just men, this. A lot of the time it will be men, but women are just bad as... Can be as bad as well, or they can be good as well. This is not just one sex, by the way. It's not just males. It can be females as well. However, a lot of the time, if it's going to be a man-child, a guy that's not even worked on himself, he's still 14 years old in his head, even though he's 40, for example. So, sorry, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to read Sander's comment. My ex controlled how I behave. I wasn't allowed to swear, and he was a man-child. When I'd ask him, we're moving in together, what's the future plans? You need future plans, don't you, with a healthy relationship? And when are you going to meet his family? He'd start what? Sorry, Sander. He start being toxic. So if there's no plans in the future, that's a massive red flag, isn't it? You don't want to meet your family. You don't show you to the family. You don't meet the family. That's a red flag. That's a different one that I hadn't thought about, actually, to be honest, Sander. That's a good point. There's no plans moving forward. They want to keep the relationship in a certain way. They want to control it in a certain way. Also, you can't swear. I think, fuck that. You're allowed to swear. Obviously, you're not going to swear in front of a child. You're not going to swear aggressively at somebody. That's different. I think it's how you say things as well, in my opinion. So they're controlling how you speak. That's not good. That's not fucking good. It can go further, can't it? It's like, oh, you're not wearing those clothes. You've got to wear what I tell you what to wear. That kind of thing can go on. Dawn's then saying, oh, Skull Gamer, there's someone. Keep looking. Absolutely, Dawn. Skull Gamer, I've experienced like loneliness myself loads. I mean, years and years of being on my own, trust me. Like, and I thought in my head at one point that I wasn't meant to be with anybody. Believe it or not, that's what I felt. That's what I felt like for a long time. It's people come when you least expect it sometimes. I know it's a cliche thing to say, but it does happen like that sometimes. Jackie's then asking, do you know Phil McCracken? No. Where are we going with this, Jackie? Hey, we're going somewhere fun with that, aren't we, Jackie? Phil McCracken. Anyone that goes down the troll route, I'm okay with them for a little while, by the way. Let's see where they go. Dawn saying that she knows Phil. I'm going with the joke there. I'm assuming that's a joke. I'm seeing the funny side of that. Sander's then saying gaslighting me and emotionally manipulating you, saying it's not the time and he's tried and let's discuss this another time. This went on for 4 years. So it's constant like avoiding, innit? Gaslighting I'm going to go into later on as well. I'm going to explain that. Emotionally manipulating, saying it's not the time. And you're trying to just think, you're trying to communicate with that person, they're just blocking it off all the time. And it went on for 4 years. That's a long time, Sander. Dawn's saying I'm bend over. Sander's asking if Jackie's 8 years old. Dawn's just nailed it. Future faking. Wow. Future, good one. I ain't even thought of that one. I've not even got this written down. Future faking. Yeah, you're going to have a great life with me. Everything's going to be top. Don't you worry. I'm going to look after you. We're going to move in together. Oh, we're going to have kids. Oh, it's going to be amazing. And then you're waiting and you're waiting. Yeah, just wait. I've got to get this job first. I've got to do this first, though. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it now. No. It's too much for me, this. Can't talk about it. Before you know it, 2 years have gone and you're still where you are. You're still at whatever level you're at with the relationship. You're not living together. If you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, you need a future, don't you? need something to happen. It needs to develop. There needs to be something happening. And if it doesn't, then it's a red flag, of course. Don't say 8 3/4, Sander. Oh, Dawn. So yeah, almost 9. You'll get there eventually to 9 years old. Funny. Sander says, Dawn, yes. And every time I'd asked, he wasn't in the mood to chat. Sander saying that he sounds painful, Dawn. Dawn is saying he sounds avoidant. Yes, the avoidant type. Skull Gamer 551 saying thank you. Yeah, that's true. I prefer to be single than a toxic relationship. Good on you, Skull Gamer. It sounds like you've got some self-love there. That's great. You've got some self-respect with that, what you've just said, and that's a good thing, Skull Gamer. Not everybody has that, by the way. So you're in a good place by the sounds of it, just reading this paragraph that you've written. Yeah, and I'll keep my faith. Good for you, Skull Gamer. That's positive. Good for you. Dawn saying high five. Yes, absolutely. Diamond Axe 26. Hello, sir. Hello, Diamond Axe. Good to have you with us. My name's Brad, by the way. Freddie Benz says N. What do you mean by that, Freddie? Good to have you with us, by the way. I don't know N. I don't know what you mean by N. Dawn saying good morning to Diamond. That's lovely. Sander saying, Dawn, my ex messaged me a month ago. Wow. Even though he's now married, I laughed and blocked him. Fucking, I'm going to swear on here. Fucking weirdo. Go away, LOL. Yeah, that's strange. If he's married, he's meant to have moved on. He's not very respectful to his partner as well. It's not good. You did the right thing though, Sander. You laughed and blocked him. That's also, you're like, I don't want anything to do with this. You cutted it off straight away. Gone. Diamond's asking where Dawn comes from. There's been a message deleted. It must have been rude. Thank you. Good. Thank you, moderators. I don't mind the little rude ones, though. You know what I mean? If it's jokey, I don't mind. If it's really, really bad, then, of course, I'll trust your discretion. And thank you for moderating, by the way. I appreciate it. Skullgamer551 saying, where in the UK are you from? Skullgamer, I am from Lancashire in England, which is northwest England, which is close to Manchester, 30 miles away from Manchester as a point of reference. You're saying that you're from New Zealand. How's life in New Zealand? It's meant to be a nice country to live in, but I don't know a lot about it, if I'm honest. But your family are from Rempstone, North Hampshire. So that's central England, isn't it? Middle of England, basically. It's about 2.5. That's about 2.5 hours drive away from where I live, Skullgamer, what you're referring to, Nottingham, let's say. Dawn saying that she lives near Edinburgh. Edinburgh, I love Edinburgh. It's really nice. Adam C, is this about narcissists? Yeah, it is, Adam. Good to have you with us. It is about narcissists. It is. Or narcissistic behaviour. Yes, it is. Maybe not all of these people that do these types of things would be fully narcissistic. Maybe not. Maybe they've got something else going on. But it is in line with that. Yes, I would say so, Adam. Mostly, yes. Dawn is agreeing, yes. Adam. Francisco, 100%. Sometimes one of the personas is the break of the relationship. What do you mean by... Good to have you with us, Francisco. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, please? Sorry, I'm not interpreting that fully, if I'm honest. So 100%, sometimes one of the personas is the break of the relationship. What's been breaking up with you? Do you mean that? Or am I wrong? Sorry if I'm wrong. Don saying, well done, Sander. Love, take your power back. Yes, that's the desired outcome. That's the end. That's where you want to get to in the end, isn't it? Adam saying, all the years lost for nothing. How do you get past that heavy regret? How do you get past that heavy regret? You feel like you've met, oh God, so I get it, I've done it. I beat myself up. I thought, how the fuck have I allowed this shit to happen to me? This is for men and for women, as I've said. It works both bloody ways. Not just men being bad and women being good. It doesn't work like that. It's not that simple. It can be women being narcissistic as well, of course. I think it's basically, it's a lesson, isn't it, Adam? It's a hard bloody lesson. And you feel like, what a fucking idiot. How have I allowed this person to take the piss out of me? How the fuck have I allowed this to happen? And I'm so pissed off at myself. Especially, I've even done it with knowledge in my mind, even though I'd have knowledge, even though I could advise somebody at the time, don't do this, don't do that. And I still fell for it, even though I had the knowledge. At the time, I was 29 at the time, from my experience anyway. And I felt really bad. I felt fucking really bad at them. And I get that. And then regret, like, how the fuck. I think you've just got to accept the fact it's shoulda, woulda, coulda then, isn't it? You got to should've, would've, could've realm, haven't you? It's been and gone. It's done. It's done. Is it a life lesson though? I think, actually, I've learned something here. This is going to help with the regret. I've learned the fucking hard way. Sometimes it's the only way to learn. It's the hard way. And sometimes you think, do you know what? I'm never doing that again. I know what the red flags are now. There's beauty in that. And that can help with the regret, the heavy regret. There's other things that you could probably put into place with that. But that's what I've got to say for now, Adam, with regards to that. Yes, it's okay to beat yourself up and be angry at yourself a little bit, because I was. Hence the deep regret type of thinking. But then you're thinking, do you know what? Moving forwards, I'm not doing that again. I'm going to start working on myself. Start working on yourself. Be compass mentors to know yourself, basically. It's going to help with that heavy regret. And then going forward, you know what you want. You know what you want. And that will hopefully get you to a healthier, happier relationship in the future. Therefore, hopefully at some point, this takes time, of course, the regret will lessen over time. In my opinion, time is the greatest healer if you allow it to be. Anyway, Sanders, moving on. Sorry, I'm just going to sip my coffee one moment. Sorry about the noise if I'm making loads of noise. Sorry. I'm fasting this morning, hence the black coffee. Espresso. Sanderson saying, Dawn, I'm neutral now. LOL. I'm so different, so much more evolved and happy in my life to even entertain it. But sad he's trying to manipulate you after all these years. Yeah, he's still in that zone. That's what he's doing. That's his modus operandi, isn't it? How he operates. Baseline behaviour, basically. He's still trying the same old shit. But you've learnt the lesson, so you've just cut it off. That's a good sign, by the way, Sander. Dawn says you can't change the past, unfortunately. No, you can't. But we can learn from it. Exactly. And learn what to avoid next time. Exactly. Dawn, I agree. Sander's asking how Adam is. Excuse me, sorry. Dawn's saying, yeah, his poor wife, hopefully she realises and gets to leave and grow. Hopefully. Excuse me, sorry. Sander's saying, Dawn, and she seems lovely. He has some lovely traits too. Yeah. Dawn, just a little bit of a lost soul and a coward. I have no hate towards him and I fully moved on. So there was positive traits, that person, Sander, by the sounds of it. A lot of the time as well, they do. If they were completely negative, if they were complete arseholes, no good positive traits whatsoever, they'd have a lot less chance of manipulating people, wouldn't they? If they were absolute tyrants, absolute arsehole, and they were just everything about them was shit. Imagine every single thing about them was shit. You probably wouldn't get into that relationship in the first place. They have to have some positive traits to suck you in, basically. And I don't think everyone's all bad either. But you've got to protect yourself. Anyway, Sander's saying, I wish everyone here today a life full of love and healing. That's beautiful, Sander. Very well said. Dawn saying the good traits are a facade, aren't they? They're a facade with a narcissist. If they're awful all the time, they won't get a new victim. Exactly. They have to. They have to charm you. What's charm? Charm can be... a charming person can be genuinely charming in a good way, but also charm is a form of fucking manipulation. Too good to be true, mate. A lot of the time. Dawn saying... Sander's saying, Dawn, I truly believe he has a good soul, just an unhealed child inside, yeah. A lot of people like that. I suppose we're all like that to an extent. If we're completely honest with ourselves, we have a bit of that ourselves. No one's perfect. Skull Gamer saying, oh, you're reasonably close by. Yes, New Zealand is great. You live in a nice country, Skull Gamer. You're lucky. There's a lot of worse places to live. Lovely place to live. I thought it was nice. I'm glad to, thanks for reconfirming my beliefs in New Zealand, because I've heard it's nice. Glad winter is over here. Dawn's then saying the hot and cold or sweet and sour is what creates the trauma bond. It's like gambling. You're always trying to get the good times back. Yep, absolutely. You're just hoping to get that bit of magic back that you got at the start. And sometimes they'll show you little glimpses of it just to keep you hooked in. When they feel like they're losing you, they'll give you a little bit of charm, just to hook you back in. A little bit of false hope, let's say. They need to keep you manipulated, don't they? Adam saying, oh, I have a hard time trusting anyone anymore, to be honest. Adam, trust me now. I've fucking been there, mate. I've been burnt. I've been rejected. I've been shit on. You know what I mean? I have. And I fear, therefore, you end up with a fear of rejection. That fear of rejection, so you don't trust anyone anymore. And I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. And what can happen? You can be a really good guy, let's say, and you get burnt, especially when you're younger. Everyone's younger, 18, 19. People are underdeveloped. People are immature, of course, because you're young. And you can get burnt. And then that pain, you don't want to experience it again. You don't want to experience it again. So what do? You avoid that. I've done it. And I ended up in my later teenage years and my early 20s, let's say, a lot of my 20s, I was messed up in my 20s. I did not have the capacity to have a proper healthy relationship in my 20s or in my teenage years. I didn't have the capacity because I've been burnt, I've been rejected, I was in fucking pain, and I didn't trust no one, and I didn't put myself in situations where I could be. So you could end up sleeping around. You just reject relationships. I wasn't even drawn to healthy relationships, but this was all unconscious, of course. And it took a long, long time for me to trust people again. And I used to think in my head, everyone's always playing games. I used to think everyone's playing games, and I don't want to play games. And I think it's a load of shit. I said, if that's what I've got to do to be in a relationship, then I don't even want a relationship, is what I used to say. That's what I used to believe. I used to think everyone's fucking playing games. I can't trust anyone. It's all bullshit. I hate it. I hated the whole thing. So I just ended up on my own for a long time. I hope that resonates with you a little bit, Adam. It takes time, though. It takes time, mate. And it's hard finding the right person. You've got to have a relationship with yourself, though, Adam. Have a relationship with yourself, mate. Adam saying, hey, Sander, I'm okay, thanks. Hope you're well too. That's very nice. Dawn saying, if he genuinely does have a good soul, it could be an avoidant rather than a narcissist. Good point, Dawn. That's one point with regards to the narcissism thing, the topic that we're talking about. It's not just narcissist, this. A lot of it will be, though. But there's like avoidant personality types could be included in these type of behaviours, of course. Sander's then saying, Dawn, it used to work when I didn't know any better or know myself, but I think I'm literally so neutral that I don't even see that as a horrible experience because I need it to grow and learn. Kate is saying, I don't care, man. I'm the red flag. You're the red flag. You're that type of person, Kate. Why are you like that is the question. Is there any point in me asking you that question? Let's see what Kate has to say. Good to have you with us, though, Kate. I hope you're all right. Sanders then saying, Dawn, you're on a fire today. You go, girl, with dealing with arseholes, LOL. And then Dawn saying, yeah, they're a blessing in disguise if you're on a journey and growing. Yes, they are. These toxic people, they help you to grow, man. They help you to grow. They're part of life. They will give you, what will they give you? Suffering. And that suffering is going to be fucking painful. It's not nice. At the time, it's awful and you wish it wasn't happening, but it gives you the potential to grow. You grow through the suffering. That's what life's about, in my opinion. Not completely all the way. You don't suffer all the bloody time. That'd be too much, but a little bit of it's a good thing. So I'm just saying, Dawn, yes, and you're probably correct about him, by the way, LOL. Dawn's then saying, LOL, I'm usually slow. I'm like a ninja this morning, so you're on fire this morning. Sounds like you are. It's great. Phoenix, red flag is when they ask way too many questions. I won't answer for crap. So when they're asking you too many questions, they're trying to find out about you too much while not exposed. Well, I suppose they're trying to find out about you. They're trying to find out about your weaknesses. They're trying to figure out how you work. That's why they're asking you questions. Potentially, if they're narcissistic, and they might not reveal much about themselves either while they're doing this, Phoenix, from my interpretation. So they're trying to figure you out. They're trying to find out your weaknesses, trying to find out your insecurities. Therefore, when they find out your insecurities, if they're narcissistic, they can then use those insecurities to potentially manipulate you. My line of train of thought as I go along. Bruised Biscuit. Hi, Bruised Biscuit. Good to have you with us. A gut feeling. Trust it. Yep. Energy doesn't lie. Bruised Biscuit is what I'm thinking of that. Intuition. Gut. Something doesn't feel right. Something feels off. Trust it. Very, very wise. A very short sentence that has a lot of truth to that, by the way. Thank you. Dawn's asking what I've just asked. Why do you think that, Kay? I want to understand Kay, where he's coming from. Yes. Phoenix saying, I'm not to be controlled. Good for you, Phoenix. You're not to be controlled. No, you don't want that. You don't want to be a puppet on a string, do you? You don't want to be a muppet. You don't want to be a puppet. No, you don't. No one wants that. I hate it. Big red flag. I don't like manipulative, controlling people. Extremely bossy people, I do not like either. Red flags for me. I'm not one to be controlled. It makes me withdraw really quickly, actually, when I notice these traits in somebody. Dawn saying yes, Biscuit. Bruce Biscuit saying you stay because you know no better. Yeah, I've been there. I've done it, Bruce Biscuit. You think that's what you deserve, maybe consciously or unconsciously, or sometimes it becomes normalized to you. Phoenix is saying I love myself enough not to share. Good for you, Phoenix. Good for you. Power to you. Dawn's saying, I had a customer at work the other day. He was passive-aggressive, manipulative, and lying a lot. That he's seen right through it as well. Doesn't sound like a good person. It's good that you can see these things. Some people don't see these things. Forewarned is forearmed, isn't it? Knowledge is power and all that type of thinking. And these negative experiences can help you in life further down the road if you learn the lessons. Skull Game is saying, anyway, moving on, sorry. I'm just going with the comments, guys. You're saying some really positive things, by the way. I really appreciate it. Thanks for sharing your perspectives and your experiences. They're very insightful. And what you're saying here is going to help other people as well. It's not just what I'm saying, it's what you guys are saying. That's what I'm going through, why I'm going through the comments. Really good. I just want to say as well, thank you to anyone that's subscribed. If you want to see more, I do live vlogs now, basically, most of the time. I cover a lot of different topics. My name's Brad, if anyone doesn't know my name. It's the Inspirational Ambivert channel. If you want to see more videos like this, then all you need to do is subscribe and then just click on the notification button, and then you'll know when the next lives are coming up. This is a deep topic I'm talking about today, and I enjoy deep topics, but I won't always do these type of topics. I do a wide variety of topics regarding self-improvement, working on yourself, resilience, etc., etc. It goes on and on and on. I like to keep it varied though, and sometimes I just chat about relaxed things. It's like a community chat sometimes. I talk about gratitude, and the list goes on and on and on. But today we're on this topic, red flags, basically, in relationships. Anyway, I'll carry on with the comments. Skullgamer551, he's saying, yeah, I agree. Worst places to live. I'm off, man. It's getting late here, and I've got work in the morning. Well, I hope you have a good day at work, Skullgamer. I've liked and subscribed. Thank you, Skull Gamer. I really appreciate that. See you next time. Well, I hope you have a good night's sleep, and I hope that you have a decent day at work. Hope it goes quickly for you. Memento man, bold relationships. What do you mean by that? Good to have you with us, by the way. Don't say bye, Skull Gamer. Skull Gamer saying bye, Dawn. Goodbye, Skull Gamer. Thanks for joining us. Anuj Pal, whatever. You are really hard-working men daddy. What do you mean by that? I am hardworking. Yeah, I am very hardworking. I work hard, man. Yeah, I'll go with that. I don't know about men, daddy. Elaborate, Anuj, pal. I don't. Men, daddy, what's that? I'm looking at the funny side of that, man. Anyway, Dawn's saying, I think it's healthy to ask lots of questions, but I know what you mean. Too personal, too fast. Yeah, too much. Too fast, too much. Yep. Bruce Biscuit saying, the positives, oh, sorry, let me start again. The positive is you fall apart from them, you suffer alone, you pick yourself up, and then see what they gave you. So it isn't all, and you gain knowledge and you learn what you need and that won't fly again. You sound very wise, by the way, Bruce Biscuit. Thanks for sharing. You do fall apart. Yes, they break you fucking down, hit rock bottom. You suffer alone because only you can feel that fucking pain at that time. But then eventually you pick yourself up. You rise from the ashes, let's say. You pick yourself up and see what they've given you. They've given you an experience. That experience is not going to be fucking nice. It's going to be shit. It's not going to be good. But they've given you knowledge. They've given you an experience that you can learn from and grow from. Which is what I'm gauging from that, Bruce Biscuit. Phoenix is saying, I've been single for 5 years and I'm happier than ever in my life. Good for you, Phoenix. You're saying never again. I'm a successful woman on my own. I don't feel codependent at all. Good for you. So you're independent, Phoenix. You're independent and you're happy. You don't have to be in a relationship to be happy either. Good for you. Some people think, oh, you need to be in a relationship. No, you don't. It's not. If you get a good relationship, it can be great. It can be great. But it still requires work, of course. It still requires work. But if you're on your own and you're happy, then you're winning in life. And if you're content, that's good for you. Power to you, by the way. I suppose there's dependency, then there's independence, then there's interdependence. So interdependence is like you're with someone that you're both independent, but you're working together. I think that's the ideal, let's say, in that kind of thinking. But you don't have to be, if you're on your own and you're happy, you're winning. You love yourself by the sounds of it, which is a great thing. Bruce Biscuit says hi. Hi, Bruce Biscuit again. Dawn's asking, I can't say that word. I knew you what? I didn't understand that either, Dawn. Phoenix is saying, I was married for 25 years. Wow, that's a long time, Phoenix. Nope, not cooking and raising children anymore. And you've done your prison sentence. You've had a fucking enough. 25 years is a long bloody time, Phoenix, of course, as I'm sure you know. I bet you've worked your ass off looking after children, cooking, raising children, and you've had enough. And you've been on your own for 5 years. You've done a very good thing. So what a lot of people do, Phoenix, as well, is what they'll do is not you, of course, but what they'll do is they'll be in a relationship for 25 years, just using that as an example, and then they'll go straight back into another one. They won't have any time on their own. You've done the right, in my opinion, that's a really good thing, just to be on your own in your own energy. And you sound really happy, so good for you. Good for you. But some people go from relationship to relationship. They can't be on their own. They don't want to be with themselves. They don't want to work on themselves. They have to jump from relationship to relationship. Of course, that's a personal choice. And I'm not saying that's always a bad thing, because people have different opinions, of course. But I think it's good to be on your own sometimes. You need to be on your own to work on yourself, to do what you want to do. Live your life. You only get one life, man. Live it the best you can. And as you know, it's fast. It goes quickly, really quickly. Think about how quickly this year's gone. Don't fuck about. Do what you want to do. Within reason, without hurting anyone, of course. Phoenix is saying, there's no second half or better half. I'm whole. Good. Wow, you're smashing it, Phoenix. Well, good for you. You're whole. You don't need someone else to fill the hole in you. You're whole out on your own. That sounds like, do you know what that sounds like? Self-mastery, Phoenix, by the way. Bruce Biscuit saying the best thing. Sorry, guys, I've not gone to my notes today because I'm just going with the comments because the comments are really good. So thank you for commenting. I'm just going with the comments for now. I might refer to my notes in a minute. but there's a lot of good things being said, so I'm going with it. Bruce Biscuit saying the best thing is to take a bad situation and find the good in it. Move on and apply that to the next relationship if there ever is one. Absolutely. Learn from it, grow from it. Hopefully it is with yourself before anyone else. Absolutely, Bruce Biscuit. Also, in line, to an extent, it's in line with what Phoenix was talking about as well. Dawn's saying, my first red flag with my customer the other day was how overly nice and charming he was. Yeah, usually red flag. Like, too good to be true, mate. Chatting shit. I always think that as well. I think, nah, something's not adding up here. This is too good, man. This is too not. What the fuck? You've only just started speaking to me and you're saying loads of shit. You don't know me. It's a red flag. And sorry, going back to what Dawn was saying. Sorry, I'm going to read it all out again. I've lost my train of thought. Let's get back on track. So Dawn is saying, my first red flag with my customer the other day was how overly nice and charming he was. As soon as I arrived, then he changed fast when I wouldn't part where he wanted me to. So he wasn't happy because you didn't part where he wanted you to. Then he started to show his ugly self, let's say, Dawn. Anuj Pal was hidden by Xander. What was his... I don't want to know what he was saying, Xander. He's gone. He was a bit of an odd one. Tom Eden. Hi, Tom. Good to have you with us. I'd say for me, it's just being chavvy. Chavvy type of behaviour. You don't like scummy people, prefer spouses with grace, self-respect and morals. Absolutely, Tom. Good of you to join us. Thanks for commenting. It's all about people having integrity, isn't it? I'm a decent person. Dawn saying, I agree, Tom. Absolutely. Sanders is saying, Bradley, Dawn, I talk to my mum from back home almost every night. She showers me with kind words, which annoys me because I know she'll turn on me always. She's narcissistic. Oh, hard to deal with. I'm going to cover that topic on another video. If you want to crack on with this for now, that's absolutely fine. But I think I was going to join both of these topics with the parents thing, but it's too big for me. It's too big of a topic to cover in the time that I have. But it must be very difficult. It's like hot and cold, isn't it? A lot of the time as well, what happens is if you've grown up in a narcissistic environment as a child, you'll be unconsciously, let's say, drawn to these narcissistic people, and they'll be drawn to you as well, because they use you as an energy source, to say it very vaguely. But I bet it's very difficult, beyond difficult, especially if it's your parents as well. Really difficult. Anyway, I'm going to crack on. So Dawn's then saying there are occasional diamonds in the rough, but yeah, usually. Yeah, some people can just have some people can be a little bit hurt and damaged, and they've not completely worked on themselves, but at the core, they're a really good person. They're just a bit damaged and they need a bit of care and love, and then they'll flourish. James Fitzgerald is saying, all modern women are not worth it, mate. A lot aren't, James. There's some good ones out there, though, James. There is, in my opinion, there is good ones, but they're hard to find. They're hard to find, especially in the society that we live in. Some are bad, James. Some are bad. A lot are bad, actually. A lot are bad, in my opinion. Or you can't have a relationship with them. But there is good ones. There is hope. In my opinion, there's hope. How do I know? Because I'm in a good relationship. I'm very happy. But it took me a long time to get there, James. But there's a lot of bad ones as well. And I think it works both ways, mate. I think it works both ways. A lot of bad guys out there. A lot of people that haven't worked on themselves. A lot of people that are just broken, toxic in the world that we're living in. Dawn's saying, that sounds hard, Sander. Yeah, beyond hard. Sander's saying, she told me to come back home to cook and clean her again lately. So she wants you to go home and cook for her and clean for her. And then she told me not to do that ever again, meaning that don't take 11 months, come back home and visit me. So she's guilt tripping you for not going home, Sander. And then she wants you to cook and clean for her in the house. Very selfish behaviour by the sounds of it. Sandra saying it is Dawn. Mostly I deal with her better now, as I'm on my own healing journey, but it still stings. Yep. Dawn saying, James, I find people who think all men are bad or all women are bad have been attracting toxic people their whole life. I've been there. Yeah, I have. I thought all women were just fucking taking piss takers. And some of them are. A lot of them are. Abso-fucking-lutely. They're just in it to win it. They're only going to use you. Absolutely. And what about women? A lot of women can be like that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And obviously, on the other side of things, men can be fucking assholes as well. Let's be honest. Let's be fair. And it can... You don't want to get burnt again, do you? You've been burnt. You don't want to get burnt again. And then... yeah. Sorry. I've lost my train of thought. But yes. And there is a lot of bad ones out there. It's just knowing the signs, man. Got to protect yourself. Is the whole modern women thing all a good thing, or is it all a bad thing? That's another topic as well, man. Anyway, let's carry on. So Dawn saying, yes, and I completely cut off my family. If you want contact, you can protect yourself by not giving any emotional reactions. Yes, that's the power. It's being neutral. Easier said than done, Dawn. However, if you do that, it's like a form of self-mastery. Xander's there saying, Dawn, I find people who generalise like that too toxic too. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. So Xander's saying, Dawn, I find people who generalise like that toxic too. Or if you're generalising as well, sometimes I think it's because you've been burnt and you don't see any positives because you've had no positive experiences. Imagine you've been burnt by the last 3 relationships you've been in. You've attracted toxic people. You've been burnt to fuck. That's all you know. That could lead you to thinking that. It could, and I could understand it to an extent. Could that be deemed to be toxic? Yeah, because you've been infected by that toxic behaviour yourself. Kind of thinking. I'm trying to be understanding with that as much as I can. But on the other hand, Sander, like you're saying, if you're just thinking, oh, all women are bad, they're all arseholes, and that's it. It's very narrow. It is narrow-minded, isn't it? It is narrow-minded. I think there's good people out there, but sometimes people just lose hope because they've been burnt too much. Anyway, Dawn saying, I heard a cool thing the other day, but the chat box isn't big enough to explain. Oh, okay. Sorry, Dawn. I need to leave my email address, Dawn. I haven't done that. I need to do that. I'll get there so people can... message me if you want to. Sorry, I'm losing my chain of thought, guys. I'm talking a lot, haven't I? Give me a moment. I need to give my email address. I will do that at some point. I'll do it next. I'm off on holiday next week, so I'll do that, and then people, if they want me to share anything that's bigger, like a big, because you only chat so much on this format, you can only chat so much, basically. You can only put so many words in, so many characters in. So then if I leave my email address, then people can leave longer formed explanations of things, which I can potentially share with others if that's what you guys want. Let's go. Anyway, let's move on. Your G, when hers is bigger than yours. What do you mean by that, your G? Good to have you with us, your G. What, her red flags are bigger than yours? I suppose we all could have red flags. We're all human, man. We're all human. No, everyone's shit stinks sometimes. Well, no one's perfect. Anyway, Sander's saying, Dawn, I do try and not get emotional, but depending on where I am emotionally, it's going to get you sometimes. It's going to get you sometimes, especially when we've gone into family. Easy said than done. But I think you can lessen that emotion over time if you work on it. Is it easy, though? No, not going to be easy. But is it doable? It's achievable. Josh, hi, Josh. Good of you to join us. Hope you're okay. Sometimes the ones closer to you, including your family, can be your worst enemies. That goes back to a saying. So, my late friend used to say this. Said sometimes your friends are your enemies in disguise. I'm going to say it again. Sometimes your friends are your enemies in disguise. Not always, but sometimes. Sandra's saying, your G, what do you mean? Then Sandra's saying, yeah, Josh, most definitely. Dawn saying, your emotional reactions feed them and fuel them to keep abusing you. Yes. They want the reaction. And when you don't react, they don't like it. Sandra, your G saying, Sandra B can't, 2 + 2. Don't know what you mean, your G. You're not being very, you need to elaborate a little bit more. Phoenix, if you don't have to, your G, it's up to you, but you need to elaborate a bit more. I don't understand. Sorry, your G. Anyway, Phoenix is saying, exactly, happiness is only found within. I agree, Phoenix. Nobody on the outside can fulfill or capture happiness and wholeness until you find that within. You've got to find it within. You have to love yourself first in order to give it truly, yes. Can't pour from an empty cup, Phoenix. Can't pour from an empty cup. And sometimes you've got to be, people think, oh, time on your own. People could say you're selfish. They could. I'm not saying I agree with that, but they could say, but I think it's being self-full, You've got to sort yourself out before you can help anyone else. You've got to love yourself before you can love anyone else, potentially, is what I'm trying to say. Got to work on yourself. Being self-full, basically. Sandra's saying, Dawn, I don't show her any reactions. Good on you, Sandra. There's been some deleted messages, whatever. Your G saying censorship. Now, that's a red flag for sure. Okay. Thanks for sharing that, your G. What do you mean? But can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Sandra's asking if yours okay. Dawn saying Sandra's gone ninja now. Nice. James Fitzgerald saying, you're better off alone, boys. We don't need women. They are good for one thing. What's that one thing then, James? We don't need women. You must have been burnt, James, of quite a lot by the sounds of it. I'm sorry that you're in that space, that headspace, by the sounds of it. Elaborate more if you want to. If I'm missing anything, I'm sorry, because I can only go with what you're saying. I can only interpret what the words that you're sharing, of course. There's good women out there as well, James, man. There is. I know you might not believe that, but there is. But some people have been burnt too much. Hence the cynical kind of thinking. And women can, a good woman can really make your life a lot better. Trust me. Dawn said, oh, sorry. Dawn saying, I think he was making a joke saying if she was a bigger PP than him. I kind of thought that too, Dawn. Right. I'm just going to laugh at that. I'm just going to laugh at it. Yeah, there we go. Amazing. It's good to laugh sometimes. Oh, it's good to laugh. It's good to also not be so serious all the time. I know this is quite a serious topic. I like to just not be serious as well sometimes. I think it's healthy. It releases stress. It makes you feel good, etc., etc. Anyway, Ryan's saying, gents, I don't think that's the direction we want to go. No, we don't go. No, not really. Yeah, Dawn's saying, yeah, that's the end of that train of thought, James. Yeah, we've hit a cul-de-sac with regards to the PP talk, let's say. Dawn's saying goodbye to Yo. Have a nice life. See you later. Bruce Biscuit saying gay man. What do you mean? Is it because of the comments bit above? I'm assuming Bruce Biscuits. Sandra's saying, James, you need to work on yourself. Yeah, there's good people out there. Bruce Biscuits saying, we're all so messed up. Yeah, human beings, man. We are all messed up. Very complex as well. Sandra's saying, content forming women. Laughing my ass off. Brad, are you forming women? What? I'm forming them? How do I? So I say I'm cultivating women, am I, to an extent? No, I'm not. I'm not. That's mad. I didn't see all those deleted messages, so I'm assuming it's in relation to those deleted messages. Sometimes leave them on so I can read them. I know, I get why you take them off, because some of them are awful, But sometimes I like to just to see what the hell's going on, because I'm trying to keep up with the comments. No, but I am not farming women. What the fuck? Bruised Biscuit saying, oh, okay, you're probably something weird. Sanders Beans Phoenix, I agree, by the way. Absolutely. Blue Unicorn says, hi, Blue Unicorn. My name's Brad, by the way. Sorry if you've already heard this, guys, but this is the Inspirational Ambivert channel. This is the Let's Get Inspired live vlog. We're talking about red flags in relationships. Good to have you with us, by the way, Blue Unicorn. Dawn's not feeling farmed. No, I'm not trying to farm anyone. What the fuck? I've never heard that before. Are you farming women? I've never heard that in my life. Anyway, Dawn saying hello to Blue Unicorn. Blue Unicorn says hello back. Dawn's asking, how are you? Blue Unicorn saying, okay, and you? Dawn saying, I'm good. Lazy Sunday morning here. Good to have a nice lazy Sunday morning. And you've just had a coffee, so have I. Dawn's asking, yo, do you need help? Sanders then saying, Dawn, I've helped him, laughing my ass off. One moment. Megs, hi, Megs. Good to have you with us, Megs. Hope you're okay. One moment. Megs is saying, currently trying to leave a relationship with authorities help, as Red Flag was constantly asking me for money. Financial abuse, by the sounds of it, and I'm classed as vulnerable. Plus, he's been in trouble previously, guilt tripping. Shit, sorry, Megs, to hear that. How are you dealing with that situation is the question. Yours gone. What a shame. Yours gone. Sarcasm included in that sentence, of course. Christmas puddings for all. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Yours gone. Riding 94. Gold digger mentality. Yeah, they're just using you for your money. This is like a woman narcissist we're talking about now with regards to what Riding 94 is saying. This occurs as well. They only want you for your money. They only care about how fucking useful you are as a man sometimes. It works both ways, doesn't it? Men and women keep saying this. But yeah, they just want your money. They're only interested in you because of your money. They don't like you because of you. They don't care about you. They just care about what you have. So they'll charm their way into a man's life potentially. Maybe even have kids with them. Maybe even get married to them. Brucey bonus if you've got money, if you're lucky enough to have lots of money, let's say, and then they'll divorce you and then take half your money potentially. This is a really basic way of saying it, but so some women out there just want what you have, and they're going to take what you have, and they're going to charm the fuck out of you to begin with. Many a great man has been, I suppose, brought down by that type of thing as well. They can ruin you. It's horrible, that as well. Imagine just being with someone and imagine being with someone, you think they love you, but really they just want your money, and you give everything to them and you really genuinely like them, and then all they want is your money, man. All they want is your money. All they want is what you have, and they're going to take what all you have, and you work really hard for what you have, and they've just took it all and just manipulated you. Not nice. With regards to what Rider 94 is saying, Sanders laughing at what Bruce Biscuits has said. Don't say, Megs, you're doing everything right. Love heart, love that. Supportive, beautiful, by the way. Sanders saying, stay strong, Megs. Absolutely, Sander. Dawn saying, yeah, that's a good point, actually, Rider 94. And you know what I like about that as well? That comment is that's showing understanding. For some people are just so fixated with all men are bad. All men are bad. It's always the men that are bad. It's not. It works both ways. I think I've said that a few times now. I'll stop. Bruce Biscuit's done a hair flip. I wish I could do a hair flip, Bruce Biscuit, but I don't have any. Mate is saying, police involved. He doesn't work, doesn't drive, still with mummy. Sounds like a dick, by the way, Megs. And he's preying on my vulnerability. Look at that. I could see it early on. Well done, Megs. He sounds like a loser. Sounds like a muppet. And well done for spotting it. And well done for having some self-respect and self-love, for not taking any shit and for putting barriers in place. Let's say barriers or boundaries in place. Blue Unicorn saying, keep working with the Megs. Sir Otto Egg. Hello, Sir Otto Egg. Thick accent. Yes, this is my accent. I do have quite a broad accent. It's quite strong, yes, I'd agree. Sanders then saying, Meg's yikes, the worst kind of scrounger and a bum. Get him, Meg. Yeah, the worst. And they just try and find whoever they can to leech off. Parasitic behaviour, basically. Sir Otto Egg, who hurt you in your relationship? Yeah, who hurt me in my relationship? It was a long time ago in my 20s. I got burnt, Sir Otto Egg. I did. A long time ago. I was completely manipulated, really. I was used. And yes, very hot and cold behaviour. I fell for it, hook, line and sinker. I got burnt. Trust me, I got burnt. And I was really mad at myself. This is I'm not going to go into too much detail on that story right now. But yes, I've been there and I've been burnt. But it's helped me find a positive relationship in the future, though. After that point. Sir Otto Eggy says, why do women always want more? Everything's never enough kind of thinking. Not all women do, Sir Otto Egg, but some do. Or maybe quite a lot do. Sandra's asking Otto who's been hurt before. Sandra's also asking Otto, what do you mean by that? Sir Otto Eggy said, I don't think so, have you? Chris Porn, hi, Chris Porn. Crisis Porn, good to have you with us, by the way. He's saying, I'm 27 and I thought dating a 33-year-old would bring me a more mature relationship, but she gossips a lot and is arrogant. Chris, Crisis Porn, I've been there, mate. The partner that I had was 5 years older than me. This is years ago, by the way. And she was 5 years older than me. She used to do yoga. She used to talk about spirituality all the fucking time. And I thought, oh, she's a nice spiritual person. She seems like a good person. She's a bit more mature. She's 5 years older than me. And she was, emotionally, she was a 12-year-old. Just awful. Not nice. Arrogant as well. Always just in it to win it. Just to take everything. Just to use me. And as soon as I was struggling, you help them all the time. Helping them. You're doing everything you can. All they do is talk at you and you're listening. But as soon as you talk, they don't listen to you, for example. So it's all taking everywhere. And as soon as you need some help, and as soon as you need anything, they just don't want to know, basically. Arrogant behaviour. So I think I can relate to what you just said there, Crisis Porn. And you're thinking, oh, they're older, so they should be wiser. Not always the case, is it? Just some people don't grow at all. They don't grow. Even they grow older, physically. Biologically, they're older, but mentally, they're fucking stuck. Not good. Anyway, Sandra's saying, of course, Otto, I've been alive for 40 years now, LOL. Megs is also saying, not only that, psychological abuse. I had a stroke, so my speech is slurred. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Megs. That's not easy. And constantly takes Mickey and calls me slow and thick. Very belittling. Megs, that's awful. That's fucking awful. And then sometimes they'll disguise it as a joke, won't they? They'll disguise that as a joke. That's not nice at all. Sandra's asking Crisis Porn, how was she arrogant? Sir Otto Egg, is love worth it? I think it is. And suppose, though, sometimes you can think something is love and it's not. It's not real love, is it? Sometimes things aren't, you think something's love and it's actually not. In relation to red flags in a relationship, let's say. Sorry, I'm just changing this a little bit. Is it worth it? I think it is. It can be very painful, though, on the search for that. I think, is love worth it with yourself, Otto? Yeah, it is. Self-love is worth it. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think, is love worth it? Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Is it going to be an easy road? No. It can be a difficult road. But I think it all begins with yourself. All begins with yourself. Loving yourself, liking yourself. Is it easy to find? Is it easy to achieve? Not always. Anyway, James is saying, Megs, that is absolutely disgusting. I'm so sorry to hear that, mate. Yes, I agree, James. That's awful. Crisis Porn saying she gets angry for small things or decides to laugh only when she wants. Yeah. So you're getting beaten with a stick, basically. And one day, what I used to find is one day I'd be the king, right? She'd be showering me with love, love, let's say, showering me with charm, telling me how brilliant I fucking was, right? And then the next day, my behaviour was stable, and the next day I'd be a fucking piece of shit. I was a worthless piece of shit. She'd find arguments with me, find holes with me, be really awful to me, really, really rude, awful, awful, awful. You can't ever discuss the things with these types of people either. You can't, there's no resolution, there's no communication. They're not going to listen to what you got to say. They're not going to understand what you got to say. There's zero fucking accountability. And then it's just shitty, manipulative behaviour, basically, crisis porn. I'm only saying a little bit there because I'm carrying on with the comments, but I get where you're coming from. Sandy's saying, oh, Meg, I'm really sorry to hear this. She's giving Meg a hug. That's beautiful. Do you not allow this? You're lovely and you deserve so much better. I agree, Sander. Otto saying, thoughts on social media and relationships. That could be very broad, that, Otto. My thoughts on social media. I think social media can be a really positive thing. There's a lot of good things out there, but there's a lot of bullshit as well. Just be open and honest as well if anyone's joined the chat later on. My name is Brad. I am not a medical professional. I am not a psychologist. I don't have a degree in these things. I'm just bringing awareness to these things. I'm sharing my perspectives on these things, just to be open and honest. This is me being real with you. I do have knowledge, I do have experience, but I don't know everything. So just putting that out there as well, guys. And if you do need, like, some people might have really complex issues and they need professional help, then please look for that, whatever country you're from. But I'm happy to I'm happy just to engage in conversations with others, and I'll try and help people the best I can. But please note, I don't know everything. I don't think anyone knows everything, and anyone that says they does is full of shit. So anyway, I'm not being that person. My thoughts on relationships, Otto, I'm kind of discussing as we go along as well. I think social media can be great, but it can also be really bad. Depends which rabbit hole you go down. Sander's saying that's a bit toxic porn. What are you going to do about this? It sounds like it doesn't sound great, porn. Are you in that situation right now? Is the question. It sounds like you're not happy about it, porn, as well. Also saying, so can a relationship work in the modern society? Yes, it can, but I think it's harder than it used to be. I think it's hard. Can it work? Yes. If you've got an open-minded, hopefully this channel is about people that are open-minded, that are self-reflective, that work on themselves, that are good, decent people, that show empathy, true empathy. Those type of people are probably going to be attracted to this channel also. That is what I'm about. This is what I try to. That's my aim, is to have those type of people here that are open-minded, that are interested in these discussions. And I think those type of people are much, much more likely to be able to have a positive relationship with, because they're open-minded and they're aware. You need awareness, don't you? You need to be aware of yourself. You need to be compass mentis to know yourself. And if you know yourself and you accept your flaws and you accept responsibility, then those type of people, to put it basically or bluntly, you could have a good relationship with those people, but it's hard to find these people that are genuine, that take accountability. So I do think it's possible, Otto. However, there's a lot of bad eggs. Oh, sorry, Otto Egg. I didn't mean to refer to your name, sorry there. But there's a lot of traps out there as well. A lot of traps out there. And this discussion can help bring awareness, or help us to remind us of what those pitfalls could potentially be, and to spot those red flags in others. To avoid those type of situations, it can be really difficult though, Otto. It can be. I think it's more difficult than it ever has been. There's a lot of deeper issues to that as well, with regards to how society's gone. But Sander's saying, Otto, mine has been working beautifully for 9 years now. Absolutely, Sander. Absolutely. It can work. It's finding the right person. Haley's saying, hi, Haley. Good to have you with us. Hope you're okay. You don't need that in your life. Sorry, I don't know him. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought there, Haley. So we've got woo, woo, and I will. Sorry, that's a really long name. Okay, I'm going to call you So. He's saying hi, so-so. Sandra's saying hi to Haley and also to so-so. Zelda, that was a good computer game, by the way. Changing subject. Good to have you with us. I would have made it work with my ex, but he insisted on sleeping around with other people. What can you do with that, Zelda? I hope that you're out of that relationship because you've been cheated on, obviously. I'm sure, by the sounds of it, you've moved on from that. Haley's saying hi to Sandra. Otto saying cheers, mate. No worries, Otto. It's not always easy, though, Otto. It's just not easy. I wish it was, but it's not. It's difficult sometimes out there. It's a minefield. Sandra's saying, Zelda, yikes. I'm so sorry. Glad he's an ex. Sandra's asking if Haley's okay. Sandra's saying, typical manipulation, Brad. That's what my mum does too. Yep. Alexander Popoff. Good to have you with us, Alexander. I lost all my hair in my late 20s and better half of my 30s. Yeah, I lost my hair really young as well, mate. And I started to recede really young. I've got a young face, though. So I'm blessed with that. But my hair, I've got the hair of an older person. That's what I got. That's what I'm gauging from what you just said. Sandra's saying hi to Alexander. So Alexander's saying, going to Russia or Ukraine after that horrible war ends. Oh, my God, that must be awful, mate. Oh, I emphasize, oh, God. There will be a huge shortage of men, especially in Ukraine, yeah, because they're getting chewed up in the meat grinder of war. That's beyond, that's hell, Alexander. I'm really sorry. That's awful. I just hope it ends. I hope all wars fucking end. They're awful. There's always a war going on somewhere. It's absolutely awful. It's beyond awful. And it's just it's the decisions made by people really high up, and then the working class people, let's say, we just get put. It's you're fighting against people you don't know in a war that you didn't start, and people are just dying. And I think it's awful. And I hope it ends soon. And I hope there's just peace. That's all I've got to say to that, Alexander. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's horrible. I'm really am sorry. It's horrible. Anyway, moving back up, carrying on with the topic, carrying on with the comments, should I say. Zelda's saying we got together when we were 16, so really young, Zelda, and it ended this year. I'm in my mid-30s now. Wow, that's a long time. So that's like 5, 15, 19 years approximately. It's depressed me a lot, but I cry less since I stopped contact with him. You're healing, Zelda. You've been through an ordeal there, haven't you? A long relationship, especially when you're 16. You're really young at that age. Hence, more likely to end up with these toxic relationships when you're younger as well. I hope that you Zelda. What can I say to that? Sorry, I'm trying to help. I'm glad that you're crying less. That's a good thing. And I hope that you heal and move on. I hope that you just work on yourself and have a nice relationship with yourself. Not everybody's like that, by the way. And you might already know that, but not everybody's like that. There's good people out there as well. It's just finding them. But I hope that you heal and I hope that you're okay. I'm sorry that you went through that shit. But I think you've, by the sounds of it, you've learned a very hard lesson, to say the least. Sandra's then saying, Zelda, yes, please stop all contact and just heal yourself as best you can. That must be very difficult to be with someone for that long and they betray you like that and they shit all over you, they stab you in the back. I know it feels like it's horrible. It's one of the most gut-wrenching feelings ever. The person that you trust the most, the person that's meant to be your best friend has just stabbed you in the back. What does that say about the person, though? If you're going to stab your best friend in the fucking back, what does that say about you as a person? Not good. Not fucking good. And if you'll do that to your best friend, quote unquote, what will you do to everybody else? I mean, bad, basically. Anyway, Megs is, I'll keep going. Sorry, guys. Megs is insane. I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, of going through this experience, if an outsider says there's something about them I don't like, they're usually right. And obviously the outsider, Megs, is going to be emotionally neutral. They're not emotionally attached to this person. They're just seeing for what it is. My sister could tell instantly. Usually the case as well. Easy to spot when you're not involved in it. I agree, Megs. You spot on with that. Alexander then saying, get your passports, brothers. Get yourself a great woman from Eastern Europe. Alexander, you might have a point there, you know, because Eastern Europe, they have older values, older traditional values as women, as caretakers, you know, and they have those old school values. And I think I'm not saying all old school values are good, but those old school values, the more of a stronger, I don't know, more of a loving type of woman potentially is what I'm gauging from what you're saying, Alexander. Sandra's agreeing, saying, LOL, I'm Eastern European. Some of those old school values are the best values ever. That's another conversation. But I agree with Alexander to an extent. I do. A lot of I'm not saying all women in England, let's say, a lot of them are, the morals have gone out the window, let's say. And men as well, of course. It's good to have those old school values sometimes. Traditional values. Therefore, you know, sorry, I'm not going to carry on with that. But anyway, I get what Alexander's saying to an extent, of course. Don't say, yeah, Megs, I ignore my friends and my ex convinced me they were just jealous. Yeah. What's that? Gaslighting, isn't it? Dawn, that's such a typical scenario. LOL, Sandra says. Zelda saying thank you, love heart. Lovely. Sandra's showing love heart. Luke, hello. Hello, Luke. How are you? I hope you're okay. Right. And then Dawn saying, isn't it so frustrating as the friend too? Yeah. You're seeing something really bad happen. You want your friend, you want to protect your friend, Dawn, obviously. And you can see that it's a massive turd. It's a massive piece of shit. And it's going to fuck their life up. And you're trying to help your friend and they just won't listen to you. And you can't give a helping hand to a closed fist. I'll say it again. You can't give a helping hand to a closed fist. So if your friend's not listening, there's nothing you can do. And I bet it's very frustrating. So Sandra's saying, Brad, spot on with the values. I work with English women. I struggle to connect with some of their values and beliefs. Yep. Like drinking, sleeping around. Some of them, like, they slag off their husbands and the partners, saying, oh, he's weak, he's this, he's that. Oh, men are stupid, men are shit. Like, no, we're not stupid. No, we're not shit. We're very, very capable. A healthy man is very, very capable. And it's okay to slander the partner, to slag them off. It's like it's almost cool to slag the partner off. That type of fucking shit goes on as well. And also, it's like, oh, I better speak. And I hate this one as well. Oh, I better speak to the boss. When a guy says that, I better speak to the boss. I think, shut the fuck up. No. Oh, I better ask the boss. It's like, no, have some self-respect. I'm not saying anyone should be the boss. You should both work together. Not one person should be the boss and the other person the doormat. No, my opinion is fuck that. I hate that shit. I think everyone should be interdependent, isn't it? We work together. You're a team. Work together. Not one person the boss and the other person's just a doormat. That's no good. Either way, my opinion. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent with that. Anyway, I'm going to go to my notes for a while because I've been talking for a bit. Thank you for all the comments so far. Thank you for everyone that's subscribed. It means a lot. If you want to see more videos like this, then just tap the notification tab once you've subscribed, and then you'll be notified of the future videos coming out. Anyway, I'm going to my notes. I've covered quite a lot here. You guys have covered a lot. Been brilliant, by the way. Thank you. So what counts as abuse? Let's crack on. What time are we on now? Let's keep going. I'm just going to quickly go through these, actually. Obviously, we've talked about physical abuse. We know these things. Punching someone in the face, physical abuse, smashing the house up. Obviously, that's abuse. I'm sure you're all aware of that. So Alexander's sub. Thank you, Alexander. I appreciate that. Thank you. Respect. Thank you. I hope that war ends soon as well, man. I really do. It's fucking awful, mate. Beyond words. Anyway, let's carry on. There's psychological abuse. There's financial abuse. There's even digital abuse. You get digital abuse on here, don't you? Sometimes you get trolls on here. Not that it bothers me, but you're going to get that type of thing. But the main point is, this has already been covered. It usually starts subtly. It usually starts with something small. And then you might think, oh, that sounds a bit off. That's a bit weird. but it's only a small thing. So you can easily think, oh, it's only a small thing, I'm going to let it go. That kind of thing. The abuse usually starts very subtly. They're testing the barriers, aren't they? They're testing you a little bit. Arian Kumar, hi. Are you from Australia, dude? No, this is not an Australian accent, Arian. And this is an English accent, a North English accent, let's say. I live near Manchester in England. Good to have you with us, by the way. My name's Brad as well, by the way, if you don't know, if you don't already know. So I'm going to go on to red flags with explanations a little bit. I know we've covered some of these things already, but I'm referring to my notes again. So I'm going to start about excessive control. I'll type this in quickly. So these are the red flags, and I'm going to discuss them. Excessive control. So what does that mean? Sorry if there's any noise in the background. It's constantly monitoring where you are. Where are you? They're ringing you all the time. Where are you? What are you doing? Why are you over there with them? They're paranoid, basically. They're monitoring where you are. Another big red flag as well is if they're checking your mobile phone, isn't it? They're checking your phone. They're looking on your phone. If you feel like you need to do that as well, there's obviously no trust there, is there? There's no trust at all. Also, another one, excessive control, is they're going to control what you're wearing. What are you wearing? Why are you wearing that? That's probably more of a man thing to a woman, I'd say, with regards to that. They're controlling what you're wearing, what kind of clothes you're wearing. That is a red flag. Of course, it's a fucking red flag. It's a red flag in a relationship. Controlling what you're wearing. Do you want to? It's not good, is it? It's not good. And also another one is who you see. You can't see your friends anymore. They don't want you to see your friends because your friends are a threat. Your friends are a threat to their control, basically. They don't want you seeing. They don't want you going, that friend that you've had for years, that can also your friend, like in regards to what Dawn was saying before, imagine you've got a friend and let's say I'm the narcissist and the woman has a friend. The friend can see me for who I am, potentially, in this scenario. So I don't want my partner to see the friend anymore because it's a threat to my control, kind of thinking. Don't say my friend's partner is clearly tracking her phone. Tracking her fucking phone, that's crazy, Dawn. But he's convinced her that the dog is psychic. What the fuck? And knows when she's coming home. It's actually ridiculous. So the dog is psychic. So the dog has telepathic powers and the dog knows exactly what's fucking going on. That's mental, Dawn. Very interesting. Really fucking interesting. That's mental, isn't it? Absolutely mental. She's really far gone with regards to the gaslighting there. Alexander Popov, he said, a woman has huge power over you until you show her you don't care. But that's no way to have a great relationship. I agree, Alexander. They will abuse you emotionally, gaslight you, and tell you it's your fault. Absolutely, Alexander. You're making some good points there. Moving on. Good points there, guys. The next one is... it's isolation, isn't it? Isolation. These are all part red flags, aren't they? Red flags in. I'll just put red flag as well. Isolation, red flag. It's just so we know what we're trying to help people with regards to what I'm talking about. There we go. Isolation. So in order to be controlled, you're going to need to be isolated. They're going to cut you off from your friends and family. We've kind of discussed that already. They don't want you around your friends and family. They might move to a place that is out of the way. They might even prevent you from speaking to people. They might even convince you that your parents or your loved ones or your old friends, they're assholes then. They're really rude. They don't like you. They don't like you. They've not got your best interest at heart. But I have. I'm going to look after you. But those other people don't. Stay away from those people. So they'll convince you, in order to convince you that the other people that you used to know were bad, even though these people are really good. They want to isolate you, basically they isolate you, they can control you better. It's all about controlling you better. Dawn is then saying he stands at the window looking sad. Fucking what the fuck? To guilt tripping her for going out. And then I asked how he knows when she's coming home, and she said that dog tells him. What the fuck is that, Dawn? I bet you're thinking that as well yourself, of course. She also knows when the Chinese delivery is coming. Wow, that's some next level fucked up shit, Dawn. Sorry to be blunt there, but it is. Ariane's saying that's creepy. That is creepy as hell, mate. That's some next level. You've gone really deep down the rabbit hole if you got to that point. Sometimes this is what I've got to say. Sometimes what can happen is, this is a really basic way of saying it. Imagine you're in a relationship, right? And the other person they punch you in the fucking face, and they've given you a black eye. They've given you a fucking black eye. It's a red flag, of course, but you go back to that relationship. Therefore, sometimes it's like, you've not received enough suffering or pain to learn this lesson. Okay, next time, you're going to knock all your teeth out. I'm going to absolutely pummel you so you're in intensive care. Sometimes people need to go through pure pain to get to learn the lesson. That sounds really fucking harsh and horrible, I know. Some people need it. The universe is going to keep giving you more of this shit until you learn the lesson. That might sound harsh, but that's my quick take on that. And she's still ignoring that though, Dawn. That's mad. It's terrifying, Dawn. Yeah, it sounds it. Alexander saying, thank you for letting me vent a bit. No worries, Alexander. Anytime. You're going to go to sleep. Enjoy your sleep. It's 3:25 in the morning in California. That's late, mate. That's early in the morning. Enjoy your sleep, Alexander. Thank you for joining us. Dawn saying it's very fucked up. Fucking sounds fucked up, Dawn. Sorry, Dawn saying that's the one who goes to church we spoke about last week. Yes, I thought it was. Oh, he goes to church. He's one of baby Jesus's besties, is he? Fucking bell end by the sounds of it. What a fuck up. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot. Alexander saying good night, everyone. Good night, Alexander. Ariane saying good night, bro. And Dawn saying good night. Official Hades. Oh, I remember you now. Thanks. Check your sitting pose and fix your back again. Thanks, Official Hades. Yes, I keep doing it. I've done it all my life. You're right. You're right. Thanks for reminding me. Good to have you with us again. We're talking about red flags in relationships, by the way, Official Hades. So isolation, I'm going to move on from. The next one is the gaslighting. This is a big one, in my opinion, and I want to elaborate more on this gaslighting. I'll put, can't even speak properly. Gaslighting red flags. Red flag. I'm keeping it very simple here. Done. Let's start that. Okay, gaslighting. Okay, so let me go to my next. So this is, what's gaslighting? It's making you doubt your memory or reality. It's making you doubt it. It's never underestimate the fucking power of suggestion. I'll say it again. Never underestimate the power of suggestion. So someone could suggest something to you and they can convince you, oh, you don't look well, you look really tired. That could make you feel like you could be ill, potentially. A lot of power in suggestion sometimes, and this is what is linked to this, in my opinion. Official Hades saying, perfect. Come back if you're sitting wrong. You'll have to keep you're doing it for a long time, Official Hades. Have a good one. My job here is done. Okay, no worries. Thanks, Official Hades. Funny. So it's the denial, gaslighting, denial of facts. What you on about? That didn't happen. What you're talking about? Like Dawn said, the guy spilt the red wine. He jumped on the couch and he spilt the red wine. He then blamed Dawn for doing it, kind of. It's like, the fact is that he spilled the wine over. This is just an example. But he didn't admit the facts. Zero accountability. You did that. It wasn't me, even though it was them. So there's a denial of facts there. And it also linked to making you doubt your memory or reality. So it's all about, it's just, back to Dawn's made some really good points with that guy. That guy that's crazy, that story, Dawn. Absolutely crazy. Wow, it's mad, isn't it? So, sorry, I'm just losing my trace of thought. So I'm going to sip of water. So it's twist. Sorry, I'm going back to my thoughts. Let's carry on. Sometimes I lose my train of thought, guys, because I'm speaking I'm speaking live, speaking freestyle kind of thing. So I lose my train of thought. Sometimes I apologize. I'm not perfect with this. Anyway, so it's twisted. So gaslighting is twisting the truth. It's twisting the truth. Like I've just said, they've done something. They've done something shitty. They're just going to twist it. They're going to blame that guy over there. They're going to blame you. They're going to blame the dog. They're going to blame anything but them fucking selves. They're going to twist the truth. They're going to twist reality. And then potentially you could doubt yourself in those situations. You could think, is that what's happening? I'm not sure. Was it me that did that? Especially if you have empathy, think, is it my fault that this happened? I'm really sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen, even though you've done nothing wrong. And therefore, another one with gaslighting is minimizing the feelings. Dawn saying, another example of gaslighting, he used to say, I never buy things for the house. And say that he had bought things that I bought, but he had me doubting himself. What? Yeah, twisting reality. Fucking hell. Yes, it is. You didn't buy that. I did. What you on about? I bought that, even though what the fuck? Yes. And if you're, and again, if you're isolated, you're only with that person all the time, it gets harder. This is not done all overnight. This is a death of 1,000 cuts. Say it again, death of 1,000 cuts. So it's little chipping, gaslight, I think, is chipping away, chipping away. Therefore, to distort your understanding of reality. So it's minimalising your feelings, saying, why are you getting so sensitive? Even though they've been an absolute arsehole, they've done something horrible to you, they've cheated on you, they've just been whatever they've done something shitty, let's say, and they're going, what are you getting upset for? Don't, you always get sensitive, you're overreacting, that kind of minimising your feelings, shifting blame, which Dawn's just mentioned, it's never their fucking fault, zero accountability. Also, isolating tactics, convincing you others won't believe or support you. Yeah, so they've isolated you, and then you might be challenging their behaviour, saying, I did buy that thing, and saying, no one's going to believe you. What are you on about? You always get confused. You know, I know what you like. You try and put you in a box as well. I know what you like. You always get confused. You're really forgetful, aren't you? Again, power of suggestion. Power of fucking suggestion. Never underestimate it. You always forget things, don't you? You always forget things, you. You're getting too worked up. You get too sensitive. What's wrong? You need to stop getting so sensitive about everything. That type of talk is going to come from these narcissists. Sorry, I'm trying to give examples here. And then Dawn saying exactly, he actually said to me, I have psychopathic traits. What the fuck? He told me he looks for weaknesses when he meets people and loves seeing me crying. Oh, bloody hell, that's awful, Dawn. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to probe for weaknesses, and they'll love it when you're upset. It brings a smile to the face. That's how fucking dark this is. That's awful. And he was proud when he used to lock his ex in the cupboard. It sounds really fucked up, that, Dawn. That's awful. Like he's got, because they enjoy the power, the control. That's psychopathic as well. That's might be going beyond narcissism. Narcissism is very broad as well. Not all narcissists are going to be the same either. Are they? We're all humans. We're all different personalities. They're not always going to present exactly the same way. Some of them, I think the worst can be sometimes the subtle ones, covert narcissism. That sounds awful, Dawn. Really does. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with what I've got. So anyway, and also lastly, with regards to this, it's repetition, isn't it? It's repetition. Like I said, death of 1,000 cuts. This isn't going to happen overnight. So constant use of all these tactics, these gaslighting tactics, until you internalize the false reality. You start to believe it because it's been happening for so long and you're isolated. You're only with this person most of the time and you start to believe it. You just fall into it. This can lead to loss of confidence in your own decision making, into your own decision making. You can start to doubt yourself if you get sucked in too far, and you therefore not going to trust your own judgment. And then also another one is when you become emotionally dependent on the gaslighter. You're emotionally controlled by them. Powerpuff Princess. What's even more psychopathic is how you stay with him. Powerpuff Princess, what do you mean by that? I don't think it's psychopathic, it's how you stay with him. Sometimes people don't know they're in this situation. Might stay with him for a while. I don't think that's psychopathic just to end up in the situation. It's because you've been manipulated. Elaborate a bit more if you can, Powerpuff Princess. I don't think it's psychopathic. That's basically sounds like it's the, let's say, the victim's fault. That's not right. That doesn't sound right to me, sorry. Everyone's got their own opinion, of course. However, elaborate a little bit more. Why would you think that? I want to understand where you're coming from. Trying to be as respectful as I can there. But I don't think it's psychopathic just to end up in this situation. No, it's not. It's not psychopathic. Not at all, in my opinion. You're just completely manipulated. You don't know what's going on. You're confused. You're probably going to be younger. You're inexperienced. You're being manipulated. If you're being manipulated, you don't know what's going on always. That doesn't make you a psychopath. No. Why would that make you a psychopath? And if you do think that, then elaborate. Anyway, Dawn said, when I left, when he contacted my own family asking for my number because I owed him £3.45. What the fuck? Or something ridiculous like that. So he's just trying to call you back in with, you owe me £3.45. That's a lot of money, that, Dawn. That's crazy. Yeah, over 4 years. He was the start of my healing and awareness journey. Yes. I suppose in a weird way, you could actually thank him for that. Dawn saying, blessings in disguise. Yes. Sometimes these lessons are hard. Sometimes it's fucking painful. It's awful. But they are blessings in disguise. A silver lining to every dark cloud, let's say. Powerpuff Princess, let's see what you got to say. If someone ever told me they look for weaknesses in a woman, sorry, I only have the sensitive to go with as well, by the way, so I'm trying to interpret them the best I can. And if I interpret anything wrongly, please just correct me, that's fine. I'm really sorry if I interpret anything wrong. But I only have the written word here, by the way. I'm not always going to be perfect. So if someone ever told me they look for weaknesses in a woman, that would be the last time they ever heard from me. Yeah, absolutely. You just leave. You cut it out straight away. That means you can see the red flags straight away, Powerpuff Princess. That means you can see the red flags straight away. That's the ideal. That's the ideal, man. You've got the knowledge and the confidence and self-love to not go there. But if you're already under the control, I think it can be different. I think, especially if you've not got the knowledge and understanding, you've not had these lessons in life, you're easier pickings for people like this. But if you spot it straight away, like now, I've been in these situations before with toxic relationships, and I wouldn't fall for this again because I've already been burnt. But at the time, I fell for it, if I'm honest. But it's a really good thing, though, by the way, if you notice my flag straight away, that means you've got that, you're forewarned, you're forearmed, you know what to look for, you know what, you've got enough self-love to not fall for that kind of shit. Dawn saying I was already under his control. Yep, absolutely. Dawn saying he actually said that he can't give people his whole personality at first because they would run, so he has to do it gradually. Well, yeah, that's a very honest statement, isn't it? I can't give you I can't be my true self to you because you're going to run away. I have to hold back. They only hold back for so long, though, don't they? They present really well to begin with. Very charming. Very, very charming. Very charismatic as well. Too good to be fucking true, basically. Anyway. I'm going to move on, guys. One moment. Powerpuff Princess is saying, I don't believe in being under someone's control unless someone is physically forcing you to say you can walk away at any point. Yes, you can. You can walk away at any point. You can. You can. So, imagine though, this one though, Powerpuff Princess, imagine if you're isolated, they're the only one that works. So you've got financial abuse there, right? They've got, basically, imagine if you don't work, you're in a house with them, you've no friends and family, you're on your own. How do you get out then? I bet it's more difficult, challenging then, because you need somewhere to live. I think you can walk away at some point, but you need an exit plan. I think it helps if you've got your own finances coming in as well. With regards to that, you're speaking a lot of truth there, by the way, Powerpuff Princess. You can walk away, but you've got to have the resources and the let's say, maybe friends to help you with that. Will make that a lot more easier, in my opinion. I'm going to move on. What time are we on now? Right, let's keep going. So another one is jealousy disguised as love. A little bit of jealousy is not always bad, in my opinion. One moment. I can't even spell. One moment. I'm just typing something in, guys. I'll carry on talking in a minute. Sorry about the wait. So jealousy disguised as love is a red flag. No, jealousy is not always a bad thing. A little bit like I could be, sometimes I'll think, oh, that such and such a body lives somewhere and they have a nice life. And I could be a little bit jealous of that person, but I come from a good point of view. I think I'm jealous in a good way. I'm happy for them, but I wish I had that. And then that jealousy, a little bit of jealousy can be a good thing sometimes. It's like, do you know what? Actually, I'm inspired by that person having those things, and I'm going to work towards becoming that person to have those things. That would be like a healthy jealousy, not envy, let's say. But so, and also sometimes a bit of jealousy in a relationship can be good because it shows that they care a little bit, not loads, not overbearingly loads. Like it can show that that person cares about you. It can be deemed to be a good thing depending how you interpret that. However, with regards to a red flag, jealousy can be disguised as love. Like, oh, they use it as an excuse. So they're checking your phone. They don't trust you. They don't trust you, basically. And a lot of the times when people don't trust the other person, it's because they don't trust themselves. Sometimes cheaters can be the ones that are most paranoid of the partner because they think the same's going to happen back to them, for instance. Anyway, I'll go back to the comments. Powerpuff Princess is saying, well then, I would go to a homeless shelter. Would you? If it was that bad. You know what, though? That shows a lot of self-respect, that, by the way. I wouldn't want to stay with someone who takes advantage of my situation. Do you know what? You're protecting yourself there, Powerpuff Princess. You're walking away. You're not scared to walk away. You go to a homeless shelter if you had to. Yes. But, that shows to me that there's a lot of conviction in you and in your self-respect, basically. Not everyone will have the power to do that, by the way, but I think that's a good thing. So fair play, power to you, by the way. Power to you. That's a good thing. So anyway, let me just carry on. I'm losing my train of thought. Let's keep going. So you think jealousy is sometimes mistaken for love? Why or why not? So this jealousy can come across as this way, can't it? Dawn saying I would now, Powerpuff. Yeah, knowing what you know now, you would. I think you'd even spot the red flag straight away as well. You wouldn't get yourself into that shitty situation again if you've learned the lesson. Anyway, jealousy disguised love. I just care about you too much. That's why I'm so jealous. That's why I'm checking your phone. That's why I'm being a controlling prick. Because I love you too much. Kind of thoughts are going on there. But it's just used as an excuse to be possessive, to be controlling. That's what it is sometimes. Good point, Dawn. People with narcissistic parents are drawn to narcissistic partners. They feel familiar. And this is done unconsciously a lot of the time. I'm going to do that as another topic at some point in the future, maybe next week. It's another topic completely on its own, that one. It's a good one. It's quite a deep one. Yes, it influences the relationships, friendships that you can have. I think it did with me to an extent, by the way. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm going to move on. Blame shifting. I'm not going to discuss this too much because it's already been discussed. Blame shifting, just basically blaming you for everything else that they've done. Zero accountability. Massive red flag. I avoid these people like the plague. I think if someone has zero accountability, they never grow. They stay stuck where they are because we all make mistakes. You don't make mistakes. You don't make mistakes. The mistakes make you. I'll say it again. You don't make mistakes. The mistakes make you is a phrase I like to think of. Your mistakes are good sometimes. You will fuck up. If you try new things, you're going to make mistakes. You're not perfect, you're human, and it's good to acknowledge your mistakes. Having accountability, it says a lot about you as a person, in my opinion. It's a big thing for me personally, having accountability for your own actions and showing remorse and showing that you care and learning from those things. And the good thing about mistakes is you can grow from them, you can learn from them. However, some people they never make mistakes. It's never their fucking fault. They blame shift. They'll blame you for their mistakes. And those people never grow. They never learn. They never learn. That's the karmic debt that you're paying straight away. If you've got zero accountability, for instance. And these people will do that. They'll blame shift. Of course they will, because it's never their fault. They can't accept their faults. They're perfect in their own crazy minds. They'll believe that as well. Oh, sorry, one moment. Another one I'm going to move on to is love bombing. This is a big one, in my opinion. Love bombing, red flag. Sorry, guys, I'm just typing something in. Flying through these now. So let's just go with that. Love bombing. Sorry, guys, I'm just messing around with that. So what's love bombing? Has anyone ever experienced love bombing? I have. When you meet someone and they're just telling you how good you are, and they're charming you, they suck you in. You think, oh my God, this person's amazing. They love me so much. They're saying I love you after a week. Bit too fast, in my opinion. Bit too fast. That's a potential love bombing. And what's love bombing? Let me go back to my notes. So they're going to give you loads and loads of affection. They're going to make you feel good, especially if you feel like you're not whole. You not feel like there's a hole missing in your life. Feel like you're missing something internally. Love bombing is going to you're more likely to be manipulated by things if you're not whole in yourself. If you don't love yourself too much, that love bombing is going to impact you straight away, isn't it? Potentially. One moment, I'm going to have a sip of water. So it's going to be over the top affection, isn't it? Over the fucking top. Telling how brilliant you are. Like, you've only been with me a week, but they're love bombing you. They're giving you all that affection. If you're desperate, you're hungry for love. If you're desperate for love, you'll be fucking loving this. You'll be taking it all in. But it's all love bombing is doing. It's just to get you in there. It's just to draw you in. Just to draw you in to begin with, isn't it? Sorry. And then what happens then is they withdraw it all of a sudden. So for a full month, you're getting love bombed. Everything's fucking beautiful. What a fucking fairy tale this is. This relationship's fucking ace. Amazing. This person thinks I'm the best thing since sliced bread. They think I'm amazing. They think I'm a king or queen or whatever. They think I'm fucking amazing. And then what happens is they start to withdraw. And then they start to criticize you. And then the true ugly self comes out. It's all too good to be true because it was too good to be true. It's this fairy tale relationship and it doesn't last forever. It's just to get you sucked in. They know deep down, they know you're desperate for it. They know you're insecure. So they're fucking feeding those insecurities in a way. They're using your insecurities against you potentially. Don't say, no, don't speak to her now. You don't speak to your mum anymore. Is that correct? Sometimes that's the best you can do, as hard as that can be. If I'm going down the right train of thought there, Dawn, sorry if I'm not. is the best thing to do. Is no contact. There's no point talk. Sometimes you can't even speak to people. You can't even, if it's your family and it's narcissism related to that, sometimes you can't even, oh, sorry, I didn't see them. Let me go back up there a moment, Dawn. I lose trace of thought sometimes. You posted 2 comments. I think I've gone through those comments, Dawn, previously that you said. I think so anyway. Sorry if I haven't. A sip of water. One moment. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to love bombing. I'm going to carry on. Sorry if I've missed any comments. I'm going to keep going. I'm doing the best I can. So yeah, they're going to love bombing you at first, then it's going to be withdrawal, and then you're going to get your criticism. It's just above the one you read. I don't know why it's hidden from you. I don't know either, Dawn. Is it people with narcissistic parents are drawn to narcissistic partners? They feel familiar. I don't speak to her now, you said. I might be missing something there, Dawn. I'm going to carry on. A friend love bombing. No, I didn't see it, Dawn. Dawn, I didn't see it. I can't see it, honest to God. I can't see it. Yeah, it is weird. Sometimes this happens. I've even got my laptop at the side. I've got my phone, which is bringing up the comments, and this at the side, my laptop at the side, which shows the comments as well, by the way, and I can't see that about a friend. Love bombing. I've had that as well. Love bombing from a friend. Yes. The charm of the friend. Years and years and years ago, that. It was a lot of lessons learned there as well, I suppose. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Sorry, Dawn, I've missed that comment. I apologise. I can't see it. But thanks for bringing my attention to the fact that it's not there. Quick question. Which red flag is the easiest to miss, do you think? Which red flag is the easiest to miss? Sorry about the comments being missed, Dawn. Sorry about that. Which red flags do you think are the easiest to miss? I'm going to carry on talking. Another one is financial control. Have you in the pocket. So basically, they might encourage you not to work. I don't want you to work. I don't want you to have financial freedom. I've isolated you. Back to what she was called, sorry, Powerpuff Princess was saying, is then she moved to a home shelter, which is, you know, very brave, by the way. Don't say I really wrote it. I believe you, Dawn, you really wrote it, but I can't see it there, honestly. I know, I believe you. I can't, honest to God, I can't see it. No, I can't. Sorry. I don't know why it's not. Was it a longer paragraph, potentially? I don't know. Sorry. What was I going to say then? Financial control, so it's restricting access to money, sabotaging your independence. That can be one. Back in line with what Powerpuff Princess was saying, she'd move out to a home shelter if she was in a relationship with somebody, but they'll isolate you. They'll potentially say, don't get a job. I've got the money coming in. Therefore, they've got you in the pocket. You're laughing so much at this, yeah? Or the fact that you can't see your comment. No, I can't see it. Can you see it, Dawn? I can't. I'm not trying to gaslight you, by the way. I can't, honestly, I can't. So yeah, what I was going to say then, so it's restricting your money, sabotaging your independence so they can control you more. They've got you in the pocket. So it's like, oh, you want to do something, do you? You can't, because I've got all the money. You want to go out and see your friends. You want to go to that event. You want to go on holiday. You want to go out for a meal. You want to meet your family for a meal, and whatever it is, that narcissistic person that you're with can potentially sabotage you by just because they've got control of all the money. Therefore, they can control what you do to an extent. Yeah, and you wrote it again. I can't see it. I can't see it, man. Honestly. That's weird. Yes, it's weird, Dawn. I can't see it. Try a third time if you can be bothered. Honest to God, I cannot see that, man. I've got people with narcissistic parents are drawn to narcissistic partners. They feel familiar. You're saying, I don't speak to her now. And that's after Powerpuff Princess was writing something, Dawn, by the way. Sander, thanks, Sander, for backing me up a bit here. Dawn, I can't see the friend love bombing comment either. No, all right, so it's not just me then. So Sander says she's listening and baking again. Oh, good for you, baking. What are you baking, Sander? Jesus rice, what's happening? I don't know. I don't know what's happening, Dawn. So yeah, financial abuse can happen. They're going to control you that way. I'm going to move on. Another one as well is disrespect, isn't it? Disrespect and put downs. There's nothing wrong with a bit of a joke. I laugh at someone else. It depends how far you go with the jokes. It's good to joke sometimes. It's good to be silly. It's good to not take yourself so seriously sometimes. If a joke's coming from a good place, that's fine. However, if you're joking and someone goes, oh, if I ever joke with anybody, they have to be a jokey person themselves to begin with for me to start that. And if they get a bit offended, if anyone gets offended at anything that I say, because I respect people, I'll think, oh, I don't want to upset you. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'll never say that again to them. I wouldn't do that. That's how I approach that. And I think, but sometimes jokes can be good. It can be fun. It can be fun sometimes. However, disrespect and put downs are different. So it's constant belittling, putting you down. Oh, shit, you're not good at that, you. Oh, why are you trying to get that job? You'll never be able to do that. You know what you like. You know what you like. Stay in your corner. Stay in your little corner. Don't be growing. Crabs in a bucket kind of thing. Crabs pulling each other down. No, we can't see it, Dawn. I'm baking ciabatta now. Bread. Nice. Ciabatta bread's top. Oh. Bacon as well with that. Sorry. That sounds really nice. I can't see it. Can you see it, Sandy? Can anyone else see that comment, by the way, with regards to what Dawn's just said? I don't know why. No, we can't see it. Sorry, Dawn. I bet that's frustrating. Sorry. Yeah. So that's disrespect. And sometimes, you know, when people joke, somebody's had a good joke, and say I've said something to you right now. I say something fucking nasty to you. Give me an example. Say something nasty to you, and then you get pissed off and you go, why have you said that? That's all horrible. I go, I'm only joking. Can you not take a laugh? Can you not take a laugh? That kind of thinking can go on. Yeah. So it's sometimes jokes are just it's just people be nasty and they disguise it as a joke, don't they, sometimes? And that's what these people can do as well. So who's talking about it's mental that we can't see it? No, honest to God, Dawn, not after the bread comment, the ciabatta bread comment, it's not there. I'm sorry, Dawn. It sounds frustrating, by the way, for you. I'm really sorry that you can't get that through. Can you reword it? I was just thinking of ideas. Another one with regards to the red flags is you're walking on fucking eggshells. And sometimes those eggshells have already been broken. You're walking on eggshells that have already broken. No matter what you do, you're doomed. So you fear upsetting them over small things. You don't want to bring up any topics. You don't want to discuss your relationship, potentially, what's going wrong. That kind of thing can happen with regards to red flags in relationships, can't it? Going back to anyway, thank you for it. My name's Brad. If anyone doesn't know my name, you might already know my name. My name's Brad. This is the Let's Get Inspirational Ambivert channel, as you can see on my t-shirt here. This is a Let's Get Inspired live vlog. I talk about self-improvement, things like that. I talk about resilience, talk about toxic relationship. I talk about narcissism. I talk about a wide variety of things, mostly in relation to self-improvement. I sometimes have lighter vlogs where I just chat away to the community, let's say. But my aim is to help people, to spread positivity, to make life a little bit easier, and to maybe help people become stronger, more better, well-rounded people. That's my aim. But thank you to anyone that subscribed. And if you want to see more content like this, then just please subscribe, click on the notification button, and you'll know when I'm live again. I post several times a week. At the moment, I just do live vlogs because I think it's more genuine and more enjoyable, in my opinion. Dawn said it was about a friend love bombing me and others. Okay, just do it in dribs and drabs, Dawn, if you can. Little bits, little sentences. I'm trying to help you with this, sorry. Basically, don't write it all in one go. Just write a little bit now and then write a little bit more later. Do one sentence each time. Maybe that'll help. This can be funny sometimes as well, because sometimes I don't get the comments on my phone. I have to check my laptop. It doesn't, yeah, it can be a bit temperamental, let's say. So if you're walking on eggshells around someone, it's a red flag, isn't it? And you can't have those open discussions with them. They're not open to discussions about the relationship. They're not open to discussions about what's going right, what's going wrong. They don't care about your feelings. And you feel like you're walking on eggshells with someone. It's like any moment they could just snap and have a go at you. So you're scared, basically, scared of upsetting them. That's walking on eggshells, isn't it? Let's move on to why people miss red flags. I'm just going to type something in, guys, and then I'll go to the comments. Why people miss the red flags? Why do they? We've discussed some of this before. Miss. One moment, guys. Done. Let's have a look now. Dawn saying I helped her with her pony. I can see that, Dawn. And she started making a website and drawing me pictures of etc. trying to start me a business. She helped her with her pony because you're very experienced with that thing, Dawn. And she started making a website and drawing me pictures, etc., trying to start me a business. So she did this without you asking, I'm assuming. Josh is then saying, I'll be 36 forever. I just know it. You'll be 36 forever. What do you mean by that, Josh? Elaborate a bit, man, if you don't mind. Dawn saying, no, it didn't go transparent. It didn't go transparently, let's say. Sandra's then saying, Dawn, what the fuck? That's so strange. Without you knowing. No, but she does this with other people too. That's strange, Dawn. That's really weird. Sandra's asking Josh what he means by that. Sandra's saying, Dawn, she seems so strange. Dawn saying she's a loony. I caught her putting makeup on to look like bruises. What the fuck is that, Dawn? Stay away. What the fuck is that? That's crazy, isn't it? That's some next level shit. That's some... You've had a lot of experiences, Dawn. You've come out the other end very well, by the way. You've come out the end really, really well. You can help a lot. You're helping a lot of people, believe it or not. You are. You are. Even on here, you're helping people. That sounds like she's got some major issues, massive issues. That is mental. I agree. That is mental. Interesting. I find it interesting. There's a lot. These people gave you wisdom. They definitely did. You've come out the other end really well. You've come out the other end really, really well. You couldn't. It's mad though, isn't it? It's mad. Mad what the dark avenues people can go down. Wow. Anyway, I'm going back to topic. Why do people miss red flags in relationships? Why do they do it? It's all good and well. You're neutral. You see your friend over there. They're with an arsehole, with a narcissistic person. You know that guy's bad news. You know that girl's bad news. Doesn't matter what sex it is. Who gives a fuck? You know they're bad news, and you fucking advise your friend on it. You can see it straight away. But what happens when people are in the relationship? They're emotionally tied to that person. That's probably why they're going to miss the red flags. And they might not have experience. So, like we said before, abuse can start gradually. It's going to start slowly. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be really obvious. You're going to be love bombed at first. They're going to charm the fuck out of you. And then the abuse starts smallly. Just little bits. One moment. Let me see what... Don't say thank you. Of course. No worries. We give the benefit of the doubt. And do you know what, Dawn? Thanks for saying that's a really good point. It's good to give the benefit of the doubt. I do it still. I still do it now. I have 3 strikes usually. 3 strikes. I think if you've been rude to me once, you could be having a bad day. No one's perfect. You could be stressed in that moment. I'll give that one away, me. I think you've got me. You've been rude to me. I don't like it. I don't say anything usually first time. I'll let it go. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's see where you go with this. And if they don't do it again, it's all good, man. It's all good. No one's perfect. We all get stressed out. We can all act out in bad ways. It's okay to be like that. You're fucking human, man. And then second time it happens, I think, fucking second time you've done that, I think. Again, though, don't say anything. So they think they're getting away with it, but they're fucking not with me. Second time you've done it again, same thing. I think there's a pattern. There's a pattern. I've noticed something now. They've been a dick with me twice on 2 separate occasions, very similar style. And then I think to myself, right, okay, I've not responded first 2 times. You think you got away with it, but you haven't. Not with me anyway. And I think, right. And then I have a response in my mind. I've got it ready. I've got it ready in my mind. I'm good to go. So I'm ready for the 3rd time. And I'm going to say something the 3rd time. And every single time, they never do it. They never come back 3rd time because my energy shifts. I stop being so accommodating and nice in that situation. I'm ready. So I'm going off on a tangent here with regards to red flags with people in general. I think if you do that, if you say that to me again, I'm going to challenge you on it, and then I'm going to mirror you, and I'm going to put it back on you, basically. That's my way of doing things usually. But it's good to give the benefit of the doubt. I think that's a good thing, Dawn. Give people a chance. I think that's a really good thing. And Josh is saying people put on acts. Fucking bang on, Josh. Bang on. What did Shakespeare say? One of his sayings, one of his phrases, I think it's the world is full of actors. The world is full of actors. People put on acts. Not everybody. Some people are genuine. They're real. People are genuine. People are real. But some of these people, they put on fucking acts. They put on a really good act, a very convincing act. They even believe their act. Hence the reason they're so convincing. These narcissistic people, they believe in their own shit. They believe in their own persona. They believe in that fakeness. They actually believe they are these people. They don't see that they're doing anything wrong. That makes them more convincing as well. Sandra's then saying, I believe people can be misread red flags in relationships because of the emotional manipulation, hot and cold behaviours, people that desperately want to be loved and don't want to be alone. Wow, very profound, Sandra. Absolutely right. We don't want to be alone. We feel lonely sometimes and we just want anything. And you could have been on your own for years and years, and then the first thing that comes along is a narcissistic person, and you'll just take it because you've had nothing for years. That type of thinking. That can happen. That's why people do it as well, because they feel so lonely and lost. Yes. Have I done it? Yes, I've done it. And also there's another note. Sometimes you might see a little bit of a red flag in someone. However, you might think, oh, that could be a narcissistic person. You could be wrong though sometimes, and therefore giving the benefit of the doubt, because again, we're human. Again, we all have a bit of narcissism in us. We do, in my opinion. Healthy narcissism and toxic narcissism, let's say, that type of thinking. No one's perfect. So just because someone shows a little bit of a red flag doesn't mean, don't label them as bad straight away, therefore give them the benefit of the doubt. There could be a lot of genuine good there as well. And another thing, what can happen as well, if you've been burnt really badly, and imagine you meet someone a year later, you're paranoid of these red flags too much. You've not completely healed then, and then therefore you can think, oh, that person's horrible straight away because they've not done something perfectly. That can be a consequence of that as well. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the comments. Thank you for the comments today. They've been amazing. Really, really amazing. Thank you for sharing everything, by the way. Anyway, don't say, yeah, we think everyone is like us and they just made a mistake or bad judgment. Yeah, we think everyone is like us and they just made a mistake or a bad judgment. Yeah, that can happen. Of course. As Sandy's saying, their own issues and insecurities, and you're a bit of an empath that hasn't worked on themselves. So therefore not a super empath, if you believe in that terminology. I like to think of that super empath is a genuine empathetic person who's worked on themselves, that's been forewarned and forearmed. The narcissist's worst nightmare basically is a super empath, but an empath that hasn't worked on themselves, a young, underdeveloped empathetic person, let's say, you're easy pickings. And sorry, Sandra's going there, and voila, you're in a bad relationship, yeah, because you're easy pickings, of course. So don't say 100%. Sandra's then saying, there's no chance anyone could fool me now, though. No, because you're older and wiser. And you've learned the lessons. Some people don't learn these lessons, unfortunately, and it's not a good day out if you don't learn the lessons, man. It's the universe is going to give you more of those fucking lessons, and they're going to be painful. They're going to be painful. Anyway, don't say me too. Yeah, by the sounds of it, you've got it nailed. So I'm saying, as soon as I see shady behaviour, be it from a family member, a colleague, friend, or a partner, I'm onto you and I'm vigilant. Yeah, I am as well. And I think you're not getting shit off me. They don't go near me. They stay away from me, man. They just know. They know. I'm gonna tear off the. I'm gonna take away the layers. If you start going at me, they're not gonna bother. They don't want to know. They know. They know they're not going to get what they want from you. They know that you've got you clued up. They know that you see them. They know that you see their ugliness, the flaws, and they think, fuck that. I don't want to be seen. They protect themselves, and therefore they stay the fuck away from you. That's my experience. Narcissists seem to think everyone is like them, and they're all lying and being manipulative. That's the only way to go. Good point, Dawn. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and therefore it justifies the way of being. Everyone's lying. Everyone's manipulating. If you don't do that, then you're not going to win. So I'm going to do more of it. It's the only way to be. Is that type of thinking what I'm gauging from what you're saying, Dawn? Sanders then saying, people wear masks. Jim Carrey said it. I love Jim Carrey. I think he's really fucking hilarious. Dumb and Dumber, hilarious film. Really good. People become depressed because they're suppressing themselves and their own emotions. Depression is depressed emotions. Yes, I remember him saying that, Sander. That's a really good comment. Thanks for sharing that. Maggot, hi Maggot, how are you? I hope you're okay, Maggot. Good for you to join us. Thanks for contributing. I hope you're okay. The world is a stage and everyone else is an actor. Absolutely. I think, am I right in saying that's from Shakespeare? I think the world is full of actors. I think it's from that. I agree with that, Maggot, though, absolutely. Sanders saying hi to Maggot. Sanders then saying, Dawn, narcissists find it so painful to look inward. Yes, Pandora's box. Pandora's box. It's got all those deep, dark fears, and the ego will protect it. Basically, it won't go there. It'll block it. It's like accountability. It's going to hurt me inside. Accountability, zero. No, it's not my fucking fault. Yeah, but you just punched me in the face. No, it's not my fucking fault. Yeah, but you just punched me in the face. You just punched me in the face. You're saying to the narcissist, no. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. What are you on about? It's because I've had a bad day, or it's because you started it. It's your fault that I punched you in the face. Like that kind of thinking. Therefore, they're protecting Pandora's box. All the deep, the true selves is under all these layers. There's so many layers, though. They don't go near it. They avoid it. We all have Pandora's box. We all have inner demons and insecurities, but they do not dare go there because it's so painful. Painful for anybody, but extra painful for a narcissist. They protect. It's just they've formed a new persona basically to avoid going there, to avoid going to what's painful, and then they just carry on doing that all their lives, and they never grow, they never develop, they stay stuck. They never truly love themselves. They never be truly loved by another because they don't have the abilities to do so. They never form any true positive relationships either. That's sad. And they never really be who they are. They never be the true self. I think that's sad. Yeah, that's part of what the karmic debt is for them, even though they appear to be winning on the outside. Anyway, Josh is saying, Jim Carrey quote, depressed means you need deep rest. Love it. Thanks, Josh. That's a good one. Depressed means you need deep rest. Yeah. Yeah. I think I remember that, Josh. Thanks for sharing that. Good quote, by the way. Sandra's saying, Josh, yeah, and you need to stop wearing that mask. What time is it? 12:15. Sorry. Dawn, Sandra's asking, how's life, maggot? Dawn saying, yeah, they can't self-reflect. It's sad they can't self-reflect at all. So I'm going back to my notes. So another one that I mentioned is we hope that the abusers will change, because we've seen some positive traits in them, in the charm, etc. And one of the reasons that we're going to ignore these red flags is potentially because we're hoping that they'll bloody change. We're just hoping that we can change. And some people like to think they'll play the rescuer. Oh, I can change him. I know he's a fucking dick, but his heart's in the right place. But I reckon I can change him. He's a diamond in the rough. Don't worry, I'm going to change him. It's like, good luck with that one. But we hope that they'll change. We hope we give too much of the benefit of the doubt potentially in that situation with regards to this. Spaghetti saying life's good. Working on an old house I got a couple of years ago, covered in cement, paint and plaster. Wow, Maggot, you must be very skilled, man. Good life. Very, very useful skills, man. Plastering's very tough on the shoulders, isn't it, as well? Not that I know much about that. Good on you. I hope it works out. That sounds like a big job. A good project, though. I bet that keeps you strong as well, that type of work. Dawn saying I need to go, unfortunately. No worries, Dawn. I'm going to end soon anyway because I've got something to do soon. Thank you for joining us today. You've got to get ready. We're going to visit Carol's friend. I have a great Sunday. Thank you for being with us, Dawn. Thanks for contributing as always. It's been amazing. Thank you. I'm going to be doing another live tomorrow. I'm going to be either tomorrow or Tuesday, actually. Sorry. Hopefully tomorrow, if the weather's good. I'm going glamping at Bolton Abbey at a camping site. I'm going to be doing like a live vlog, which is going to include a fire pit, basically. Something different. I'm going to be talking about lighter topics, though, not as deep as this. But I will be posting again soon. So if you do want to, see when I'm posting next, just please subscribe. Click on that notification button, and then you'll be notified when I'm next doing my lives. Sandra's saying I need to go too, guys. Have a lovely Sunday. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Sandra. Maggot saying, keeps me saying, I know Bolton. Bolton, yeah, Maggot is, not far from where I live, mate. I spent a lot of my life in Bolton as well. Worked a lot in Bolton. It's run down though, mate. It's a shadow of its former self, like a lot of places in England. Sandra's saying, take care, Brad, Dawn and Maggot. Sandra's going, goodbye. Thank you for being with us today. It's been amazing. Love to all. Beautiful. That's lovely. Right, I'm going to carry on with the comments. Right. So with regards to this, the missing red flags, guys, I'm going to be ending soon. I've got stuff to do, unfortunately. I wish I could stay on here longer. I really enjoyed being on here, speaking to you all. I hope that you've got something from what I'm saying. I'm trying to help genuinely. Anyway, don't ever... I'm going to stress the importance of trusting your guts, trusting your instincts. Trust them. Trust your gut. If something doesn't fucking feel right around someone, take a step back and think about it. Think about it. It's usually your intuition and your gut. You're not going to be wrong. You're not going to be wrong. And if you constantly feel small, afraid, or drained, if someone's making you feel less than you are, if someone's putting you down, if your energy is affected by somebody, this isn't love. This isn't love. This isn't coming from a good place. The energy doesn't lie. The energy's off. Something's not right. Something doesn't add up. Okay, going back to Maggot. Maggot found a photo of your granddad on his Norton 1940s Blackburn. Wow, that's interesting, Maggot. Fuck me, I bet life was different then. Chimney in the background. Yeah, there used to be loads of chimneys. There's India Mill in Darwin as well, which is next to Blackburn, Darwin, isn't it? Interesting. God, it was a different world then, I bet. But that's an interesting photo, Maggot. It's changed so much, mate, as I know you're aware of. And also, raising awareness helps break the cycle. So we're discussing these things. We've been discussing red flags in relationships. It helps you to bring in awareness. Becoming aware of these things is going to help you break the cycle of these bad relationships and learn going forwards. Your grandma used to work at the cotton mill. Yeah, that's where it used to. That's where the British, let's say, Industrial Revolution, wasn't it? That's what formed the strength of the Britain, let's say, at the time. It's all gone now, though, isn't it? A lot of people worked in mills then. A lot of them have gone now. Most of them have gone, Maggot. I think there's a couple still left, but most of them have gone. I find it very interesting, though, the history of it all. Right, guys, I'm going to go because I've got stuff to do. I wish I could stay longer, but I can't. Burt Whistle Fogarty. Have you heard of Carl Fogarty, Maggot? Carl Fogarty is he's a motorbike rider, wasn't he, in the early 90s? He's a world champion. He's from Blackburn. Carl Fogarty. With big names. The Burt Whistle was big names. Take care, Brad. Yeah, Superbikes, Maggot. Josh, thanks for being with us, mate. Thanks for contributing. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Yeah, Superbikes, Maggot. Carl Fogarty, wasn't it? I think he's got a business in Blackburn as well about insurance or something like that now. Insurance company. And his son does triathlons. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day, guys. Thank you for anyone that's subscribed. If you want to see more videos, content like this, then please subscribe. Click the notification button. I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow from Bolton Abbey. Bolton Abbey is near Skipton, which is West Yorkshire. It's a beautiful place. I'm going on a little holiday there for 2 nights, glamping. So I'm going to be having barbecues and things like that, basically, in nature. I'm going to be in nature. So I'm going to be doing a live vlog that's going to be within glamping vlog, basically, nature vlog, a live vlog, something different, let's say. So if you want to join me, just subscribe, click on the notification button and you'll see me there. But thank you for everyone that's contributed. Sorry I can't be in on you longer today because I've got stuff to do, unfortunately. But I'll be around. I'll be with you tomorrow. If you want to join me tomorrow. If not, that's fine. And that's it, really. That's all I've got to say for today. But thank you for your time. Look after each other. I know life can be difficult, but just keep going. Don't give up. Don't take any shit. And that's it, really. That's all I've got to say today. But thank you for your time and goodbye.